Welcome to Seneca Indians Football, live on kneo.org. This broadcast is a sporting outreach of the KNEO Sports Network. You're now locked into the official pregame show of the Seneca Indians. This is your home for every sack, interception, and touchdown. Now let's join Seth Wilson, Ben Walcott, and Daryl Harbaugh live on location.
Good evening and welcome to Seneca Indian Football here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network. I'm Seth Wilson. We're in Granby, Missouri, where the Indians are getting ready to take on the Patriots of East Newton in just under 45 minutes here this evening. Seneca comes in with a 7-0 record after defeating McDonald County last week by a score 49-21. East Newton comes in with a record of 2-5. Now, don't let that win-loss total fool you. They took Lamar down to the wire, and Lamar was able to pull away late with a 10-point victory in Week 2. 34-24. Beat Cassville by 21. Excuse me, didn't beat them by 21, but they did. Well, maybe I do have that correct. They did beat them by 21, and then they lost to Nevada in a close game, 28-7, which they were up 7-6 at the half. They were up against Monette 20-16 at the half. They fell to Monette, though, 44-26. They were up on Aurora late third quarter last week, 14-7, and ended up losing 26-21. A tough team, a tough competitor with the Patriots tonight, so Seneca's got to be ready to go from the beginning. I'm joined by Ben Walcott and Coach Daryl Harbaugh. And, Ben, we saw a lot of hard hits against the rivalry game against McDonald County, so to speak, with one another this week, with another rivalry game tonight. Should the crowd expect anything less than a physical matchup between these two schools?
No. That's a quick and simple.
That's a short answer, yeah.
That's a quick and simple answer for you. These two teams, they know each other extremely well. Football-wise, you're probably not playing with each other, but baseball, basketball, travel teams, they know each other very well, so they're going to know everything about each other and kind of know the tendencies of everybody. And you always want to beat your Newton County rivalry. There's four teams here, three, I think, to Diamond, Neosho. That'd be four, Diamond, Seneca, Neosho, and East Newton, and you always want to beat the other teams. So you're looking at, Seneca only really has the opportunity to beat one, and you want to make sure you beat them.
Yeah, it should be a physical contest between these two. You talked about teams knowing each other through other areas, other avenues. Number 68, the center for East Newton, Will Earl, is one of those kids that is a junior, played with some of the juniors that we have out there tonight in travel football back whenever they were in 4th, 5th, 6th grade, went to Branson, went to Waynesville, etc., along with Ryder Martin from McDonald County. So he's played with Roman Miller. He's played with Brody Probert. So he's played against those different guys throughout the years, and, they know each other from playing. And last year they assistant coach us for East Newton now, Hayes Hagedon. He's actually assistant coach now for him. Graduated last year, played football in junior high and high school at Seneca with those boys that graduated last year. So a lot of familiar faces out there on the field tonight as they go up against each other. May even see each other over at Crowder at the technical school over there that they go to. And Coach Seneca playing on a grass field tonight. Obviously, the conditions are drier than the Sahara out there tonight. Almost want to ask if you think dust will be a factor in tonight's game because it's been so dry here in southwest Missouri. But back-to-back years, though, for Seneca traveling to East Newton. As a coach, what do you do to prepare for this team for another tough battle against a rival?
Well, you prepare just like you prepare every other week. I mean, you don't really get an easy battle here, in the Big 8. And everybody in the past, I know East Newton has been down some in the past, but, Coach Ellis, Coach Perkins here, I know them too very well, coached with them. They're trying to turn things around. They've got the boys playing. They got the boys doing things correctly, and that's going to pay off in the long run. That's the reason they're in all these ball games. It's going to be a tough ball game. This field is Bermuda grass, and look like they've had some water on it because there's no other Bermuda grass this green in the whole area, and it's not really that green. But it's Bermuda grass at the end of October, and it's starting to get dormant, and it's a little rough and scratchy, but it's a hard surface. There's no slipping out here tonight.
It's a lot better condition, though, as far as a grass field than what we typically see this time of year in football. Usually the midfield is usually a mud pit at this point, and they've done a good job taking care of their field here in Granby, Missouri. We're going to take a break here. We come back, we'll have more of the pregame show for you. Your countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
And welcome back to Granby, Missouri here as we're 40 minutes away from kickoff. Recapping last week's game, Seneca started out on offense against the Mustangs and drove the field from their own 40-yard line in just 2 plays, with Roman Miller scoring from 49 yards out to start the football game. Seneca did allow a first down from the Mustangs' opening possession, but did force a punt 3 plays later. A 39-yard run by Harris on the first play from the Indians' second drive from their own 12 got the ball just across midfield. 2 plays later, Caden Klaus took it 49 yards, weaving in and out all the way down to the end zone for a touchdown. And then another end around from Harris on the next drive from 11 yards out, and the Indians were looking to run away early, up 21-0. It may have been 19-0 at that time. But anyway, Seneca's defense held on a 4th down and 3 situation on the next Mustangs possession. And then another one of the 2-play drives happened. 2 one-play drives happened on the Indians' next possession as Klaus found Graham open for 65 yards out, and the Indians added to their lead. McDonough County was able to get on the board just before half on their next drive, making it 27-7. And then Graham made a leaping catch over the defender on the next series, and Probert took it in from 1 yard out to make it 35-7 at the half. A Klaus touchdown the first series of the second half, and a Probert score from 61 yards out on another 1-play drive was a scoring in the second half. That's all they had. McDonough County did score 2 more times in the second half in the fourth quarter, making it 49-21, the final score last week at home at Tom Hodge Field. In a physical game against McDonough County, Ben, and having the defense to be out on the field so much against a big physical backfield with Sosef and James, what stood out to you the most on that side of the ball for the Indians last week against McDonough County?
Well, really the only thing that worked for McDonald County was that inside zone play, so I think Seneca did a good job stopping the run and kind of forcing their hand into trying to pass the football. And teams have noticed that really the only way that they're going to move the ball on the Seneca team is passing it, and it seems like this Seneca team, the secondary is getting better and more comfortable with the fact that teams are having to throw the football because Seneca knows how to stop the run.
They do know how to stop the run, and they did have some success in the passing game. Last week, D'Amico was 11 of 24 in the night, 128 yards, a couple passing touchdowns, I think is where he ended up being. No turnovers last week, which is kind of
for either team.
For either thing. Seneca, I think, had forced 18 or 19 turnovers so far through the first 6 games, and last week there was no turnovers to be had from either side, so it was kind of interesting. McDonald County tried to create a couple turnovers, so to speak, on some onside kicks, but Jude King there over and over again to be able to recover those onside kicks. But Seneca's defense did stand strong. I mean, they had Sosef, 230-pound, 5'8" running back, and he's a big physical back. He's a lot to handle. You just mentioned that inside zone. So many times it had to be our linebackers coming up to make the play against Sosef and take him down. He was able to get 3 or 4 yards quite a bit. I think he was averaging like 3.5 yards at one point during the contest.
Yeah, that's the big thing is they realized pretty quickly, I'm sure Coach can talk more about this, is just the fact that really that was their only play of success. They couldn't get run outside on Seneca, so what do you do when you can't run outside? You try and get three yards in a cloud of dust every time.
And might see some dust tonight. The football field a little dry out there for sure. Ben, Coach is over on the side. I don't know if he's talking to someone over there. I don't know if he can hear us or not.
I'm always talking to somebody.
You're playing politician
yeah,
over there.
I'm trying to get votes for mayor. I don't know.
Coach, offensively, we saw so many short drives from the Indians last week. We had a 3-play drive, a 2-play drive, and 2 1-play drives. A big credit goes to the offensive line for making things happen for the explosive plays. What do you see from that front 6, including Hagen Ginger, that opened up holes for the backfield to give Klaus time because he wasn't pressured at all that night whenever he did drop back to pass, and then plenty of holes for Miller, for Probert, for Klaus to run through?
Well, first things first, those front 5 or 6, if you want to include Hagen in there, they take pride in what they do. And now when they come off the ball, they're going to hit you, and they want to hit you in the right spot at the right time. Timing is everything on the offensive line. And if you can hit these guys and maintain your block at the right time, you're gonna open the holes up for these backs behind them, and they know all they got to do is give these guys a crack, and that's all they're doing. If they can get the running back, if they can get Klaus or Probert or Roman Miller, if they can get them through the initial, 3 or 4 yards, hey, it's all them after that. They're making the safeties and the cornerbacks miss, and that's how the big plays happen. But if they can get that crack, they take pride in that.
Well, number one, they try to play the numbers game. They try to empty the box a little bit sometime when they go twins or trips or whatever. Then also they look how a defensive alignment's going to be, and they look at the angle. Coach Eust, Coach Hilburn have got their angles figured out to be able to make it really easy for their offensive line to be able to get to where they need to be at quickly and be able to seal off an edge or seal off a guy so he can't make the play. And you talk about the crack that's a little bit of a seam for those guys to run through. There was a play last week where I think it was a handoff as like a 50-yard run by Probert, and you saw, I'm trying to think, it was either Napier or somebody coming out there taking on the linebacker, and then the safety was coming up to make the play too, and he pushed him so hard it took the safety out of the play and allowed the run to happen. Yeah, exactly. That's what they do. They're picking up their guy, but most of the time we used to call it, when I was coaching, we used to call it trash the backside linebackers up, trash him up. If you can blow your defensive tackle, two-team him, you can blow him up, move him back 2 or 3 yards. You're taking that in the linebacker's way, and it's called trashing him up. If you can trash him up, and we always said if you can make a crack, get these guys opportunity to make a play. I said them are the boys getting their names in the paper. Let them make the big bucks on where to run after that. And Roman Miller, the first touchdown he had the touchdown he had the other night was from 49 yards out. On that play, we had a quick side guard pulling Nolan Napier, then our H-back basically going and sealing the same guy. It was kind of funny. They both went to the same guy and blocked him, and usually you don't want to see that. But in that instance, it actually worked out great. Miller had one guy to beat, and then it was a foot race to the end zone. Yeah, you got Coach Derb up there. He's on the headsets looking down. He's giving the defensive formations to Cody, and you'll see Seneca come out in all kinds of different formations, just like you said. But they may run the same play. It's like, okay, how are they adjusting here? How do they adjust in here? If we come out in trips, quads, double tight, how they adjusting, and then they can make their decision on what play to run. I mentioned the last couple of weeks, Coach Hilburn and I have gotten to some X and O things on the dry erase board as we sit there before we get to interview. Oh, yeah. And it's just amazing how he draws things up, and then just to see it come to fruition on a Friday night of how, hey, this is their tendency, this is what we should look for, and this is where we're going to be at. And it's so awesome to watch him draw those things up, and vice versa if we're on defensive side with Coach Crane. They have a great plan for there as well. I hate to say this, Seth, but, the old coach comes out on me even after we're sitting here and broadcasting the game on Friday night. No matter what time we get back at night, I take a shower, go to bed. I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning watching film, breaking down who did what, who did this, who did that, and that way I know what I need to look for right here when I'm on the sideline. All right, we're going to take another break here real quick. We'll come back. During this break, we'll actually have our first senior spot of the night. We have 3 of them for you again tonight. We're trying to get all these seniors wrapped up in the regular season. I believe we'll have 2 next week. But we'll be back and have our senior spot right after this.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
We're here with Hagen Ginger, and it's time for 60 seconds with the Seneca Indian. First question, what's your most favorite sport other than football?
Baseball, 100%.
And what position would you like to play in the football field other than the position you play now, and why?
Middle linebacker, so I can make more plays.
And what's your favorite food?
Steak, for sure.
What's your favorite hobby?
Getting out and going deer hunting.
And what's your favorite sports team, or who's your favorite sports team?
The Las Vegas Raiders.
And who's your favorite athlete?
Probably Ray Lewis, all time.
What's your favorite subject in school?
I really like history.
And what are your plans after high school?
Go to college and hopefully play baseball.
Who's your biggest role model?
My grandpa.
And what's your dream vehicle?
A new GMC Denali.
And what do you listen to before the game, or do you listen to music pregame?
Alice in Chains, AC/DC.
All right, that's been 60 seconds with Hagen Ginger. And welcome back here to Granby, Missouri, as we count down to the kickoff here, a pregame show. Your sponsors tonight, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy. We're 30 minutes away from kickoff between these two schools. It's time for the Southwest Shoutout. Last week we talked about the district standings was our Southwest Shoutout. And tonight we're going to talk about the Big 8 conference play standings tonight. With the Seneca win tonight or next week, they'll be champs again, having the head-to-head over Mount Vernon. Now, if Seneca does lose, there'll be possibility of a co-champion.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how they play that out because Seneca does have the whole head-to-head over Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon and Nevada do play tonight. That's a good matchup between the number 6 in Class 4 and the number 5 in Class 3. And 5 out of the 6 Ozark Sports Zone Riders have Mount Vernon winning that one. Lamar has 3 losses, so they're way out of there. So basically Mount Vernon and Nevada are playing for second place tonight.
Yeah, I mean, both their losses, because they're both come in 6-1, both their losses are to Seneca. So the winner still has a chance to be a co-champ with Seneca if Seneca somehow stumbles either tonight or next week against Lamar. But more than likely, those two teams are playing for district standings and district points.
And then let's talk about district standings. You mentioned that, Ben. Right now, Cassville sits above East Newton in district standings, but East Newton would actually flip because of the head-to-head win, 42-21 in favor of the Patriots.
Yeah, unless something crazy happened where somebody above them were to flip and then those two teams would be dead. That's the only scenario that changes. But, I mean, at this point, you look at Seneca's district. Seneca basically locked into that 1 seed. There's almost no way that they can lose that 1 seed. Forsyth has Stratford tonight and Fairgrove next week, and they're the second best team. Reed Spring may jump them. However, Forsyth has the head-to-head win over them. So it would flip back to Forsyth. So Forsyth almost kind of locked into that 2 seed unless I think it's Cassville's at 4 somehow moves up, and it can create a barrier between them and East Newton. So there may not be a lot to play for. If you're a Seneca fan, make sure you're healthy till you get to that bye week. But there's a lot on the line for all these other teams.
Yeah, there's a lot on the line. The Stratford having to play Fairgrove, that's going to be an interesting
Week
one.
9, yeah, that'll be for not only for Mid-Lake, that'll be for the Mid-Lakes Championship next Friday night. That's a good one to end on. We thought maybe Lamar Seneca would kind of be a Big 8 championship game, but unfortunately for the schedule makers, it looks like Lamar's a little bit down this year, but you can't really count them out in Class 2 because I think you have this here somewhere in your notes, is they are number 1 in their district with 3 losses compared to a couple other teams that have 1 or no losses. I mean, they're getting bonus points each and every week. So
number 2 and number 3 in their district have a combined record of 13-1. Lamar is 4-3, that they're still got that number 1 seed. Bonus points played big. Mount Vernon played Parkview last week in Class 5, so they got 20 extra bonus points for playing up 2 classes in that one. They ended up winning that game as well, big. So that gave them a lot of extra points, a lot to go on. But right now, Stratford is the leader in that district, and then I mean, if Stratford stays undefeated, even with all those bonus points, I think, and don't quote me on this, I think Stratford would stay ahead of them. But I would think Mount Vernon would be more of a favorite just because of the tougher conference schedule that they have. Seneca kind of proved that last year against Ava. Mountain Grove doesn't fall too far behind Mount Vernon in that district. They're only 0.6 points behind Mount Vernon for that number 3 spot. Mountain Grove last 2 games are good against going against opponents as well with good record, as well as Stratford. So lots of things in that district to play out in the next 2 weeks, and for our district as well. Seneca by the numbers tonight: 3,339 total yards, 2,819 rushing yards, averaging 9.96 yards per carry, 60% third down conversion, and 64% fourth down conversion. That's not too bad.
Yeah, I was going to say those numbers aren't too shabby there, Seth.
We'll take another break here. We come back, we'll have our second senior spot of the night, and we'll have the blast from the past after that.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
here with Kanan Miller, and it's time for 60 seconds with a Seneca senior. First question is, what's your favorite sport other than football?
Probably MMA.
What position would you like to play other than the position you play now, and why?
Probably running back because they get the ball more.
And what's your favorite food?
Pasta, any kind of pasta.
And what's your favorite hobby?
Weightlifting.
What's your favorite sports team? Can be college or pro.
The Indianapolis Colts.
And who's your favorite athlete?
Conor McGregor.
And what's your favorite subject in school?
Favorite subject? Can it be like weights?
And what are your plans after high school?
Don't really have a lot of plans, just plan on lifting a lot.
And who's your biggest role model?
I'm Larry Wheels.
And what is your dream vehicle?
A 1979 Camaro Z28.
And what music do you listen to, or do you listen to music pregame?
Mainly thrash metal like Metallica or Avenged Sevenfold.
All right, that's been 60 seconds with Kanan Miller. And welcome back here in Granby, Missouri. 24 minutes till kickoff. It's time for the blast from the past. Last week we looked at the team from 1933. This week we're going to jump a decade ahead, kind of keep them. We went 22, 33. I'm not going to go to 44. Couldn't find enough information about the team from 1944. We're going to go to 1945. Seneca started that season September 21st, as they all kind of did back in the 40s and 50s. They started their season about late September. They played Wyandotte at home to open with. Wyandotte struck first, an unlikely score, as the center, Irvin Hall, caught the ball, a batted ball out of the air, and ran it in to make it 6-0. And that would be the only score of the game for Wyandotte. Seneca's Mark Plummer scored from a 40-yard punt return in the second quarter, and then a 50-yard run in the third. Herbie Helm kicked the extra point, and Seneca winning against Wyandotte that season, week 1, 13-6. Seneca struggled to get an offense going in week 2 against a non-conference opponent in Webb City. Webb City recorded a safety and 1 touchdown to win that one, 8-0 against the Indians. Seneca went on to win easily in week 3 against Quapaw, 25-0. Scoring in that contest, Ned Sayre, George Williams, and Mark Plummer, and Albert Reinhardt against Quapaw. Seneca's offense was shut out in week 3 against Galena, Kansas, losing 7-0. And the next week, Seneca shut out Afton on October 19th, 14-0. In the third quarter, Dick Kelly blocked a punt and was recovered for a touchdown. And then Mark Plummer also had a 20-yard touchdown run. Ned Sayre kicked both extra points for the Indians that week. Seneca played Wyandotte again in week 6, cruising to a 19-0 victory. Alan Hoffman had a 45-yard touchdown run in the first quarter. He also scored in the second quarter from 10 yards out, and then a drop kick by Ned Sayre was good, and Seneca was up 13-0. Mark Plummer added a 5-yard touchdown run in the end in the fourth to make it 19-0. In a game against Grove, both teams got on the board via safety. The first was a blocked punt by Seneca, and then 1 minute later, Mark Plummer ran it in from 50 yards out, and the Indians added a second score later in the first half, winning that one 15-2 against Grove. Now, they had a special bowl game that they did every year. Started about, I want to say, in the early 40s, maybe late 30s. It was the Marble Bowl. And Coach Hodge and I talked about it a little bit last week before the game, but it was on November 12th in Carthage at 8 o'clock. They played against Lockwood. Seneca fell 6-0 in that game. Lockwood had 10 first downs in the first half compared to Seneca's just 1 first down. Seneca was forced to punt on their first 2 possessions, and Lockwood turned the ball over each of their first 2 possessions as well. Lockwood scored after an intercepted pass and a few passing plays on offense. The second half saw Seneca's defense tighten up, allowing only 1 first down, and Seneca had 6 first downs of their own, but unfortunately they were unable to put a ball across the end zone for a score. Lockwood was 11 of 18 through the air with 2 interceptions. Seneca was 2 for 6, kind of ringing true now, run first type of offense. That's been kind of the same theme throughout all the history of Seneca's teams on offense. But they were 2 of 6 that night with 2 interceptions, but too many penalties that night really handicapped the team with 6 penalties. The lineup for that Seneca team that year: left end Dooley, left tackle Herbie Helm, left guard Kelly, center Bright, right guard Cornell, right tackle Shirk, right end Vermillion, quarterback Pollock, left halfback Plummer, right halfback Hoffman, and fullback Sayre. We salute the team in 1945 of Seneca, another great team of Seneca's history of tradition, pride, and class. We'll have the coaches show right after this.
So I'll stop at the store after work. Okay, see you at home.
Love you.
Love you more.
And you know who loves you the most? More than anyone else? The answer is in the Bible.
The whole Bible is a love story. It's a love story between God and man. God loves you.
Billy Graham.
This book is dripping with love and grace and mercy and forgiveness. And when I look at Jesus dying on the cross, I see written in neon letters that the whole world can see. God is love. God loves you.
Jesus is God's Son, and He died on a cross to pay the penalty for your sins so that you can live forever with Him in heaven. Discover more at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
It's time for the Cody Hilburn Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Prater's Pharmacy and New Mack Electric. Now here's Seth Wilson and head coach Cody Hilburn.
Last Friday night, the offense had a somewhat balanced attack with over 100 yards passing, over 412 yards on the ground. 3 weeks ago against Aurora, it was Graham with the receptions. 2 weeks ago against CJ, it was Hagen Ginger. Last week, it was Graham again having the big receptions. With the rushing attack having so much success, there really hasn't been a need to pass the ball. But the old adage of taking what the defense gives you has been working out well for you guys. Has that been the game plan each Friday night, or do you guys have a scripted plan you want to get in there based off of what you see on film from the defense?
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. We're always going to be a numbers offense, and when I say that, it means if the numbers are balanced, we want to run the football. And then there's sometimes that we have some schemed up pass plays, and we knew that Mack County was going to have to come out and play some man-to-man on us, which we don't get very often. And so the big play we hit to Blaze down the middle was a special play that we had in that week as a man beater. But the most important thing is when we throw the ball, it needs to be on our terms, and that's how you have success throwing the ball. If you're backed up 3rd and 8, 3rd and 12, and they know you're going to throw it, it's much tougher. If we can stay in rhythm and throw the ball on our terms, normally we throw with the high percentage.
Defensively, we saw a lot of 3-3 stack this last week against McDonald County because they were kind of a balanced attack as well. Your defense did a good job of slowing down both aspects of the game from the Mack County offense last Friday night. What has led to the defense moving to the 3-3 look against Mack County?
Yeah, it was a good job by Coach Crane. We look at practice time. It's so limited, and when you look at how much time we actually get with players on the field, you get 2 hours on Tuesday, 2 hours on Wednesday, and probably an hour on Monday and an hour on Thursday. So 6 total hours of practice, and then you split that in half. That's 3 hours of defense, and that's not very much time. And Coach Crane felt like we needed both fronts in, which makes me nervous because now you're down to about an hour and a half for each front. So I don't love doing that very often, and he thought it was important to have them both in based on some different stuff they've done in the past against us. And sure enough, they had some looks in where they were shifting us out and giving us some influence looks to try to get a linebacker out of the box. So we went to our 3-3 stack, and now our box was better to stop the run. So a lot of credit to Coach Crane and our defensive staff for being prepared for that.
What has been the best thing you've witnessed as a coach this season about how this team has progressed from the beginning of the season until now?
That's a great question, and there's all kinds of things I could talk about, but I feel like every year our kids have understood the process more and more. And what I mean by that is everything that goes into it, the competition in the weight room on a daily basis, and kids just competing all the time to get stronger and stronger. And we're the strongest we've ever been. We as a team, as a whole, we're the strongest we've ever been. And then you look at how competitive practice has become because of that. And, kids want to earn spots out there on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and when we try to keep that competitive and not settle into this guy's our starter here, this guy's our go-to guy here, we want to keep it competitive throughout the entire season. So when you look at, football started in June, and so we're almost 5 months into this process, and for teenage boys to stay focused for 5 months, it's not easy, and these guys have grown up so much, and they're so mature and understanding what the week's supposed to look like. So like I said, I could talk about 100 different things that I'm proud of them for, but being able to stay locked in for this long a time is pretty impressive for young kids.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is New Mack Electric, Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is newmac.com or 417-451-1515. Newmac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
Another week in the Big 8, another rivalry game for you guys. We know there's going to be a lot of hard hits, just like there was this last Friday night. How do you guys prepare for a game against rivals where things can get a little chippy and there's a lot of hard hits for offense and defense?
Yeah, every week in the Big 8 is physical, and you look at last Friday. Last Friday was an extremely physical game, and so you got to take care of your body to play in games like that. And so we talk about that a lot, you know, what that recovery process looks like throughout the weekend and Monday and treatment and things like that. And then as far as the chippiness goes, you know, we try to avoid all that. You know, we want to play hard in between the whistles, and we also try to prepare our kids for that. And if we see something on film, we're going to show our kids. We're going to show our kids that, you know, this particular kid, you know, gets a little chippy at times, and that's our kid's warning. He's not going to come to the sideline and say, well, he pushed me, and so I retaliated. That doesn't happen here. Our kids are prepared that may happen from night to night, and we're not going to retaliate, and that's just who we are.
Offensively, East Newton, we've seen them line up in I formation. We've seen them line up and spread. What do you guys see from them in offense and what you guys are doing to prepare for?
Yeah, very similar to Matt County. They present two totally different offenses, and they do a good job with both of them. So you got to be prepared for both of them. And the other thing they do really well is they do it with similar personnel, which makes it really hard. So they may present that they're going to be in their heavy personnel, and they're able to shift out of it into their one-back stuff. So another really tough week for our defense, and we have to be very sound versus the run and the pass versus both of our personnel groupings.
Defensively, another week of seeing some 4-2. Maybe not so much from McDonald County, but we've seen similar defenses in the past. What do you guys see from McDonald County, East Newton, how they approach things on defense?
Yeah, what I see out of East Newton is a team that gets better each and every week because of what they do, and they're very consistent with their defensive game plan. They don't do very much, but what they do, by doing that, you get better at what you do every week. So they're young, they're physical, and Coach Ellis does a really good job of putting them in the right spot. And they don't have many breakdowns. It's tough to get easy ones on those guys, and that's the thing that shows up the most is they don't give up explosive plays. And I feel like we've been an offense that's kind of lived by the explosive plays so far. So I think we may be in a situation where we have to grind out some drives, which I'm looking forward to. We need to do that. We need to go on those 8 to 10 play drives, and this may be the week that we have to do it.
You've been listening to the Cody Hoburn Coaches Show. The Coaches Show is sponsored by Prater's Pharmacy and Newmac Electric. We'll be back with more Indians football after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
People's Bank of Seneca is proud to support this portion of the game. They offer banking services including checking and savings accounts, CDs, and loans for individuals and businesses. They have locations in the Seneca and Joplin areas and are online at peoplesbankofseneca.com. People's Bank of Seneca, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour record service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
We're here with Caden Button. It's time for 60 Seconds with a Seneca senior. First question, what's your favorite sport other than football?
Track and field.
And what position would you like to play other than the position you play now, and why?
Runner back, so I could get the ball more.
And what's your favorite food?
Nachos.
What's your favorite hobby?
Just going outside, doing anything.
And who's your favorite sports team?
Mizzou Tigers.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Ed Reed.
And what's your favorite subject in school?
Weights. And
what are your plans after high school?
Getting a good paying job.
And who's your biggest role model?
My mom.
What's your dream vehicle?
1970 Chevy Camaro.
And what do you listen to, or do you listen to music pregame?
Rock.
That's been 60 Seconds with Kate and Bud. And welcome back here to Seneca Indian Football. Countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy. Seneca on the road tonight in Granby, Missouri this week against the Patriots. This matchup goes back to 1966. 54-70 is the advantage in favor of the Indians. East Newton has won recently in 2020 and 2016, so they're two of their 7 wins coming within the last 8 years. East Newton comes in with a 2-5 record with wins over Cassville and then in Springfield Catholic in week 1. So they were sitting at 2-1 at one point. So definitely a good team out there on the field that East Newton puts out there. Their offense has kind of kept them in games of late, scoring 21 points per game, which is a huge improvement for where they were just 2 years ago, averaging only 8 points per game. They'll run I formation. They'll run spread. They will run just about anything at you that they can. Whatever they need to do to kind of get the job done is what the offense is going to do tonight. They run hard. Last week they ran slants out of the spread and out of I formation, so just because they go under center, they are capable of throwing the ball after going under center, so Seneca's got to be ready for that. Been with the Patriots offense throwing so many different looks out there. What do you focus on tonight defensively to slow down their offense that comes in averaging 3 points per game?
3 points? Would it be more than 3 points?
Excuse me, yes, averaging 21. 3 scores is what I have.
Okay.
I misspoke there. 3
That's
scores
why I was like,
per
I'm
game.
pretty sure they're averaging more than 3.
Sorry about that.
There were 7, Seth, not
yes.
1. It's not
7
baseball.
times 3, 21. There we go.
I think the big thing, just like always, you got to make them pass the football. You got to stop the run. They may, like Cody said in the coaches show, they may spread you out and try and run the football there, but with everything when it comes to Seneca, if you can stop the run, it's going to be a long night for the other team.
Well, they might try to empty the box a little bit for us against us because we know we have a lot of success running out of our 4-3 base defense, so they might try to empty the box a little bit for us, make it a little lighter, make us go 3-3, 4-2 type of look and get the numbers game going. So basically all they have to do is one guy that's not accounted for whenever they go to the spread type of offense against our 3-3 stack or a 4-2. So it'll be interesting to see what they come out with. We saw Cassville come out in week 1 running almost a hurry-up type of offense. Maybe look for East Newton to try to do that tonight. Look for them to maybe air the ball out a little bit more tonight against the Indians as well.
And last week, it was Matt County that tried some trickery to begin the game. Don't be surprised if East Newton tries to steal a possession or two on special teams.
Well, you think about this, too. We play on turf. We're used to turf. Grass field. Playing baseball is completely different playing on turf, playing on grass. You're going to get true hops on a turf field. You may not get a true hop out here in this grass field tonight. East Newton's used to that. Seneca not necessarily used to that anymore. Most of the players have maybe played there in their youth games, but since Coach Hilburn's been here, these guys were freshmen. They've had the turf to play on ever since then. Defensively, East Newton will run a 4-2 look, and if you're not spread out, they'll try to walk up the corners almost to a defensive in position to help out with a run like we saw them do against Aurora. Coach, where does Seneca need to look tonight to attack East Newton's defense?
We just need to run the football. I don't know what to tell you.
Keep it simple, huh?
Yeah, I mean, they got their safety, their free safety, number 14. I can't think of his name.
Yeah,
right
Braxton
now.
Wolf.
Wolf. Braxton Wolf. He is one of their better players, smart player. He's a good player, but also he's a very smart player, and he's tough to handle. He loves to come downhill and make tackles, and he's one of probably their leading tackler. They've got some big kids up front. They got some good linebackers. They play hard. They play tough. But that kid back there makes that defense run. Now, if you can mess with him, sometimes they're in a 3 deep. Sometimes they got to go 4-4, cover 3. If Cody ever sees him in the 3 deep zone all the time, look for Seneca to go 4 verts and try to stretch the field.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. We come back here. We'll have more of our pregame show. Your countdown to kickoff sponsors, People's Bank of Seneca and Prater's Pharmacy.
Finding answers to questions is easier than ever. It doesn't matter how complex or simple your question is, the answer is just a few taps away. Except maybe these kinds of questions.
Who am I? Where did man come from? What is the purpose of man on this earth? Does life have any meaning?
Billy Graham knew the answer to that last question is yes.
There is more to life than death. Jesus taught us the dignity and the importance of being a person. God put us on this earth for a purpose, and our purpose is to fellowship with God and glorify God. And the great need of the human race at this hour is reconciliation to God.
Would you like to know how you can have a relationship with God? We'd love to help. Just call us at 855-255-PRAY. That's 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
And welcome back here to Granby, Missouri. 5 minutes away till kickoff. It seemed like we were running way behind schedule. Now we're running way ahead of schedule before the coin toss happens here. We finally get a chance to talk about keys to victory and keys to the game. Coach, we'll start with you. What's your keys to victory tonight?
Well, my story is the same thing every day. That offensive line, that's what we rely on. That offensive line's got to get going, got to move the people. We got to make the holes. Play action passes. The play action passes don't work unless you can't move the people up front, and we can create the holes for that our running backs and speed take over.
You're not just saying that because Coach Eustace standing right there in front of you there, offensive line coach. You're not just saying that, right?
Well, yeah, Coach.
I mean, he's a former offensive line coach too. That's the problem.
If we can get the offensive line going, we may have to take a hot shot out there and hit him a few times, get him to move a little bit, but we'll get him going.
And Ben, what do you have for keys to victory tonight?
I mean, like you said, you got to run the football, but at the same point, you got to be able to pass as well, and that will open up the lanes for the running backs because you can't have 8 or 9 guys in the box.
All right, and key players tonight, Coach, who you got? I know you're probably going to go with offensive line, but I'm going to go ahead and ask the question, who do you have for key players tonight?
I think we're going to stretch the field a little bit, guys. I really do. I think you look for Harrison and Blaze on the outside. Yeah. Tyrone Harris and Blaze Graham on the outside. And if they come out here in a 4-4 cover 3, you're going to look for a double tight set and maybe running both tight ends right down the middle. Jake King may be a surprise for tonight.
Well, not his dad, Jude King. Jude King.
Sorry, not Jake.
Jake, I don't think playing tonight. I'll make sure
he might be out of eligibility at this point.
I think he's a little too old to play tonight. We'll see what he can do, though. I know he does play some water polo at church camp. He's very much gets after it.
I think he's got at least a play or two in him.
Does he have the eligibility, though, is the question.
He's got the eligibility left.
We may have to forfeit.
Ben, who do you have for key players tonight as Coach Harbaugh makes his way on the field for the coin toss?
I mean, you see it every game. Seneca tends to like to start with that QB power play. I think Caden Klaus has to have a good game on the ground.
All right, captains for East Newton, number 1, Will Eichelberger. He is their quarterback. Number 2, Caden Larson. And also out there, number 14, Braxton Wolf. For your Seneca Indians, you got Hagan Ginger, Nolan Napier, Caden Klaus, and Ryan Owens out there, captains tonight. Oh, they've changed it up. Don Brown, Hagan Ginger out there with Nolan Napier and Ryan Owens tonight. I thought I saw Caden out there for some reason. I don't know why. My eyes deceived me tonight. They do have some, I think they've got some new lights out here compared to what we had in the past, because usually they have that yellowish tint to them. Very bright, good lighting out there tonight on the football field. And David Cox is our referee tonight as Coach Hilburn and Coach Ellis make their way back to the sidelines. We're going to send it down to the coach for the coin toss.
Yeah, David Cox and his crew's here tonight. Coach is already gone, so he's explained what's Hale's tails. East Newton has won the toss.
If you're East Newton, I was going to say, do you take the ball here and try and get a lead?
I always remind people of that.
And I think East Newton is going to take the ball, actually, here to start the game, Coach.
Yeah, they did. It always reminds me of the Matt Hasselbeck in the playoffs back in the early 2000s.
We want the ball, and we're going to score.
In overtime in the playoffs. We want the ball, we're going to score was his philosophy. Very first play, got picked off for a pick 6.
Yeah, pick 6 against Green Bay. I think that one will live on in infamy for the rest of our days.
All right, so Seneca will be on defense to start the game tonight. East Newton will be going right to left across your screen. They're wearing their all-blue uniforms, their white numbering, white helmets. Seneca with their red pants, white helmets, and their road white jerseys with their red numbering.
It's very interesting. East Newton and Seneca, kind of like Seneca and Park Hills Central, very similar colors, whether it be home or away.
Yeah, Park Hill Central had their maroonish colors. I saw those colors a lot growing up playing sports. So they lost last week against Valley Catholic. Valley Catholic played against Lamar in the state championship game last year. Lost in overtime. Lost in that game, but Valley Catholic beat Park Hill Central last week 50-0. Shut them out. So.
Yeah, you can, while we have a moment, waiting for the clock to kick down, you can follow the scores all night long. Daniel Moore does a great job of getting those scores up for us on the Final Drive scoreboard show, and we'll have scores for you throughout the night and then wrap them all up tomorrow. And Oklahoma had their fall break this week, so they all played Thursday night. So they're done for the week, and we will get everybody else here this evening.
Coach, who do you have on that near return guy over there next to you?
Number 17.
Thank you, Coach. That is Virgil Rosary, transferring from Neosho, I believe, if I heard correctly from all the different players. Number 14, Braxton Wolf, back deep to receive, as well as number 4, River Enlow.
12 minutes on clock.
Clock is all set. Drew Sherwood is waiting the go-ahead from the referee. And we're still waiting that whistle, and now we've got it. Sherwood takes his steps, make sure he's ready to go, hand in there, and we're off here in Granby, Missouri. High end over in kick that River Enlow is going to field about the 17-yard line. Coming downfield is Kanan Miller. He takes on a blocker, and then he's going to be wrapped up and taken down. First guy there for the Indians, Kai Adams, as well as coming off the bottom of the pile, Connell Trueluck. We see Trueluck in there almost every single week on the kickoff team, making a stop, first down and 10 for East Newton at about their 28-yard line.
Good job there by the Seneca upmen of not giving them much of a return.
And if you're East Newton, you come out right away and try to go for the quick shot downfield, a vertical, try to get a quick score.
Yes.
3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, trying to isolate the one on the far side. 3-man look for Seneca, 3-2 defense. Going to drop back to pass as Eichelberger. He's going for the quick ball downfield, and that's going to be caught on the far sideline by Braxton Wolf, still on his feet, and he's fighting out of contact, still on his feet. Nobody's brought him down. He's at the 34-yard line. That's a big play.
That's exactly.
They went right for it.
And here's the thing. Caden Klaus was there as the safety over the top. Maybe a step late, but he read it.
Well, the problem was he wasn't over the top. He took a direct line to get there instead of coming over the top and being able to intercept that, because that ball hung in the air for a while.
Yeah, you had good coverage. Sherwood, the one on the coverage. And then, like we said, you should have had safety help over the top.
38-yard pickup now. 2 receivers to the far side. Offset shotgun formation for Eichelberger. Eichelberger going to drop back to pass, and he's going to run into his own guy. Nolan Napier's going to get to him and bring him down for a loss on the other side of the 35 and 36-yard line, and it's going to be second down and 12. Good job by the senior defensive end to get back there to get to Eichelberger.
Yeah, good job, because he was getting double-teamed a little bit there as well, and so good job by him to force a loss.
Well, the thing is, too, his running back that was back there for pass protection, he ran into him and slowed him down and actually pushed him right into
I was
Napier's hands.
Yeah, Napier, too. He also beat a double team there, so he really beat 3 blockers.
Split out to the far side as Landon Moore trips to the near side for East Newton. And Wolf, as well as a couple other handoffs, going to be to number 4. And he's got a lot of green on the far sideline. Down the sideline he goes, and nobody's going to catch him. Touchdown, East Newton. 3 plays, and they score as it's taken in by number 4, River Enlow. East Newton strikes first.
First time all year that Seneca's been behind.
Wow, that is amazing. You play 7 games and you get scored, you trail your first time all season on the 8th game.
Yeah.
So Enlow takes it in from 36 out.
And like we said, this East Newton team's 2-5, but they're better than that 2-5 record. Seneca thinking somebody false started, but they didn't get it as the extra point is up, and I think it's good.
10:34 to go here in the first quarter. East Newton leads 7-0 on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
A sponsor of community broadcasting on KNEO, Southwest Missouri Bank in Neosho, serving the Neosho area from 2 locations. They offer personal banking services, including checking and savings accounts, home loans, and online banking. Learn more online at smbonline.com. Southwest Missouri Bank, an equal housing lender. Member FDIC, where their slogan is
Southwest Missouri Bank. We can do that.
So East Newton with the lead 7-0, 10:34 to go here in the first quarter, kicking it off for them, and Landon Moore, the senior. And it's going to be a high pop-over kick that's going to be fielded by Kai Adams at about the 26-yard line. Has a little bit of a gap. He's at the 40-yard line. Gets taken down just across the 40 at the 41. First down and 10 Seneca at that point.
Good field position for Seneca, but Seth, I think questions got answered defensively there by, or I should say offensively by East Newton. Now if you're Seneca, you need to be able to respond, and this is kind of the adversity you don't want it a minute and a half in, but that Cody wants to face before you get to the playoffs.
Receivers each side for Seneca. Graham on the far side, Sherwood on the near side. Going to send Blaze Graham in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Roman Miller right at the middle. He's at the 50-yard line.
What a block.
At the 45, 40, 35, 30. Makes a cut back on Braxton Wolf. Wolf's going to wrap him up enough at the 25 yard line. And it's going to be first down and 10 as you watch the block there. Ben, take us through that.
Yeah, I mean, just straight up there, and then Hagan able to clear two different guys there. He drove his guy all the way to the safety and then drove him into the ground, and a big run by Roman Miller. Seneca trying to respond here quickly.
33-yard gain for the Indian junior running back. Klaus looking over the sideline, checking with coach. Hagan, Ginger, and Ty on the near side. Two receivers on the far side. And it's going to be a handoff to Miller. He's got a big hole in the left side now. He's at the 15-yard line, lowers his shoulder at that point, and gets bottled up at the 15. They're going to say forward progress took him to the 14. 12-yard pickup on that play.
I mean, you look at this. This is just straight hat on hat, and Seneca able to get to that second and third level before anybody has a chance to touch him.
Game brought to you tonight by Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and Christian Healthcare Ministries. Split back formation in the backfield with Klaus now, and it's going to be a handoff to Probert to the left side. He's going to make a cut back at the 15-yard line, still on his feet, and he's going to get upended inside the 10. Forward progress is probably going to have him about the 8 or 7-yard line. Coach is right there in front of you. Where they at?
Hey, they're down here about the 9-yard line is where they marked him. Good tackle by Wolf coming in from his safety position. He's made the last two.
You called that one, Coach, in pregame. Wolf does make a lot of their tackles.
He has to. We break him the front line. And
two receivers on the near side this time with Haynes and Sherwood. Graham split out to the far side.
Watch the quarterback run here.
And it's going to be a design quarterback run to Klaus. He's going to bounce it out to the left, trying to get to the far edge, and he's going to be tackled out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. So give me about a yard short, maybe at the 5. Give me third down and 1.
Yeah, they got him marked at the 6.
So
watch.
Third down and 2.
Yeah, watch the run here. Probert comes back in. You have a second running back in there as two lead backs, basically. Either Probert or Miller, they're both back there, and then I think that's Keenan Miller up front, as I think there's a flag.
Comes flying in from the near side, Judge.
And a false start on Seneca.
How was that a false start? They weren't even up there yet to get going. Unless somebody went down to the three-point stance and then came back out of it. That's the only thing I can think of.
That makes it third and short to 3rd and 1.
Well, here's the bad part. If they got down there and set, and I didn't notice either because I seen Roman Miller turn around and holler a question.
Yeah,
on the sideline.
They were all talking on the sideline.
If you're not looking the front line, maybe thinking that was the go sign.
Yeah, that may have been what it was.
I don't know how the play clock's down to 6 already.
I don't think they started that one back up after the penalty.
And
Coach Hilburn is not happy about that. You should have reset the play clock. There was a penalty, and they had maybe 25 seconds. It should have went to 40, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, there's a timeout on the field. We'll stop right here, and we'll take a timeout as well. And now the official's actually going to say something. Now they're going to say timeout. So we're going to take a timeout as well. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
Third down and 7 coming up for the Indians. Klaus shotgun formation, receivers each side, going to send Graham in motion. And it's a low snap. It's going to be Klaus around to the left side. He gets wrapped up at about the 8-yard line, spun forward to about the 6-yard line, and it's going to make it 4th down and about 2.
Kind of where they were before the false start. So I would think you would run here, whether it be Probert or Klaus or Miller. I mean, all three of those are viable options, and you're going to challenge your offensive line and say, hey, we can get 2 yards here.
Probert checks back in. 7:40 to go here in the first quarter. Seneca trailing 7-0. Senior night here for the East Newton Patriots. Sherwood split out to the near side. 2 H-backs in. Handoff's going to go. No, it's going to be Klaus running to the left side. He's going to sidestep his guy, going into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Caden Klaus, as he takes it in from 6 yards out, and the Indians respond.
Just clear everybody out. You send everybody to that right side, and then a good kick-out block there by Kai Adams. Caden Klaus makes one man miss, and we're a point away from being tied. Good response here by the Indians.
On to attempt the point after try is Drew Sherwood. Klaus the holder, Miller the snapper. High snap, Klaus hauls it in, and the kick is good. 7:22 to go here in the first quarter, all tied up at 7 apiece here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Sponsoring the East Newton Patriots is Promised Land Fellowship on the south side of Highway 86 across from East Newton High School. Promised Land Fellowship has services on Sundays at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. They also have children, youth, and adult services on Wednesday nights at 7. Promised Land Fellowship on the south side of 86 Highway across from the high school, proudly supporting the Patriots.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you are growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10 plus acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
And welcome back here at Don Johnson Stadium in Granby, Missouri. All tied up at 7 apiece. Sponsors for tonight's game: People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Prolube Maintenance Center, the Seneca School District, and Lost Creek Wireless. Sherwood takes this step. He's going to kick this one. It's a knuckleball type of kick that lands down at the 21. The end low is going to bounce up and field at the 16-yard line. He's got a little bit of green, and he's going to be hit hard by Blaze Graham and Kanan Miller at about the 28-yard line. So similar, exact same possessions they had a while ago. First down and 10 for East Newton at that spot.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also, check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org/sports. Click on the scoreboard link to get the latest scores from games around the area as they're happening. And Seth, we didn't mention this before the game, but this East Newton team has been with a lot of teams up until half. Maybe you look at the bench, not very deep, maybe just tired and worn out late.
Trips to the near side. Eichelberger going to look to throw. He's going to throw a slant route. That's going to be caught by Wolf on the outside, and he's going to take him down immediately as Drew Sherwood at about the 34-yard line. So a pickup of about 6 on the play, 2nd down and 4.
Those are the slants that you're talking about, Seth. Just if you're Seneca, you kind of need to bump and run them and get them off of their route.
If you got a safety, if you got a safety over the top, get up in their crawl space, knock them off the route. That was just a curl route. That's all that was.
I think we figured out who his favorite target is thus far is Braxton Wolf.
And you may see at some point maybe Harris move over to him.
Trips to the near side this time, and they're looking for a quick curl route, and that's going to be batted down, almost intercepted by Kai Adams. He was coming towards the near sideline. The ball was thrown behind him. I'm not sure what they were trying to do because they sent 2 guys in.
They had 3 guys in one area.
And that's almost like they were trying to run Wolf back in, almost like a screen type of it was really weird, really unusual because Wolf started coming out, thought maybe he was going to go upfield. He turned around, went back to the ball.
I think they were trying to get one of the Seneca defenders, maybe Harris, lost in the wash there and get him open. But 3rd down here, big play here for Seneca. See if you can get off the field on 3rd down.
Trips to the near side, one to the far side, and low in the backfield with Eichelberger.
You got safety help over the top on Wolf.
Eichelberger's going to roll out, looking to throw the deep ball, and it's going to be caught on the near sideline. A great catch by number 11, Caden Youngblood.
Yeah, Haynes was all over him, and then I think behind him, a safety came behind him and tried to rip it out as well.
That was a well-placed ball by Eichelberger. 1st down and 10. Seneca's trying to get some pressure, and right now they're just rolling Eichelberger out to elude the pressure from the Seneca Indian defensive front.
I think this Seneca defensive front, those ends are kind of have to do kind of what they did against Nevada and just kind of stay put and not allow them to roll out.
Trips to the far side, one to the near side this time. 6:29 to go here in the first quarter of play. Low snap this time. Eichelberger's going to pick it up and try to run. He makes one guy miss. Roman Miller misses, and coming up to make the play there's a late flag coming in as Renfro ran into the back of Klaus, and that's going to be an additional 15 yards. Seneca right now just not helping themselves out on the field.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how you call that because you're running
he
into
ran
your
his
own
guy.
guy.
Yeah, he was trying to pull up, and it's going to be a personal foul on Jace Renfro. I think he was trying to hold up. I don't think he came in with a lot of force, but it's going to be a 15-yarder after the play, so the ball was spotted at the 44. So just a 3-yard pickup on the Eichelberger carry, and that's going to get him all the way down deep inside Seneca territory to the 29.
Yeah, again, I mean, Renfro ran into Klaus. Klaus let up, so I don't know how that can be a personal foul.
First down and 10 for East Newton. Seneca had him at 3rd down and 4, needed to get off the field, and they made a great play. And now they got trips to the near side. Braxton Wolf going out by himself on the far side, being covered up by Sherwood. Eichelberger looking over the defense. He's going to drop back to pass again, throwing to the quick slant, and that's going to be batted away. Good job by Drew Sherwood to stick his hand in there. Great coverage by the junior secondary player.
That's just that straight slant route, and Sherwood did a good job of getting a hand in there at the last minute, not allowing it to happen. You may see Klaus try and come in over the top a little bit more late.
6:19 to go here in the first quarter. Game brought to you tonight by Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, 4-State Sport Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, Neosho Chamber of Commerce, and Huddle Springs Church of Christ. They're going to send Wolf in motion. It's going to be a handoff to number 4, Enlow, and he gets hit hard. Coming up to make the tackle is Caden Klaus as well as Connell Trulock. He's going to get a few yards up to about the 24-yard line, I think, where they have his forward progress mark. 3rd down and 5, trying to just give him a shorter field to work with here to get a new set of downs.
Just a not QB draw, halfback draw there. Let the pressure get up, and then there's nobody there in the linebacker position. You know East Newton would go for it on 4th down, so if you're Seneca, you got to bow up here for 2 downs.
And that draw, we're getting such a push upfield. That draw is working out really well for East Newton at this point because Seneca defensive front's way back in the backfield. And it's going to be Eichelberger taking it himself, trying to get to the outside. Kai Adams is going to wrap him up and take him down. They're looking for the flag, and there it comes, the penalty flag. A face mask penalty on Kai Adams, taking him down. That's going to be the 15-yard variety. Just kind of uncharacteristic for the Indians right now, the way they're playing.
And that's going to put it right around the 10-yard line, which would be 1st and goal.
Every single penalty has come from this near side judge, too. So he may be getting some help from his coaches on this near side.
So I don't think, well, actually, Seth, it's at the 12. So they must have gone half the distance.
So there's been a couple times on defense they've had slashing inside and Kai Adams going over the top of him on that left-handed rollout.
1st down and 10 for East Newton. Ball at Seneca's 12-yard line. Eichelberger in shotgun formation. And it's going to be a delayed handoff. No, it's going to be Eichelberger taking it himself, and Roman Miller's going to wrap him up immediately and take him down for no gain on the play. Maybe got back to, they're going to say maybe a gain of a yard, so 2nd down and 9.
Good job there by the Seneca defense of not going too far up and not falling for the fake.
Well, that was a little bit of an RPO. He held on to that ball for the last second, was going to give it to Enlow. Enlow had a lot of green because Seneca's defense was sucked inside, and I'm sure East Newton coaches saw that. Now hopefully Seneca coaches see that as well, and they don't make sure they get somebody on Enlow on the handoff. Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far side. Eichelberger talking to Wolf. Eichelberger's going to hand it off to Enlow. Enlow's going to bounce around a little bit, be forced back inside, and coming up to make the play is Kai Adams as well as Caden Klaus. And he's going to get inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. Pick up a 3, 3rd down and 6.
Again, this is the 2nd or 3rd time, though, Seth, Seneca has had them 3rd down and medium to long, and they've kind of shot themselves in the foot. So if you're Seneca, you got to find a way to get off the field, whether it be a turnover, whether it be just stopping them here on downs.
You always want to make sure that you take every single opponent seriously, and hopefully right now Seneca is taking East Newton very serious. Trips to the near side, a bunch set, one receiver to the far side.
And that might be a false start.
As there's First penalty against East Newton comes flying in from the far side, Judge, and it is a false start, going to march him back 5 yards. And
I was going to say,
third down and 11.
I was going to say, Seth, with trips on this side and all bunched up, I wouldn't have been surprised if you saw a tunnel screen on this side. You have 2 near blockers. And the other thing, Seth, this is the last time that these East Newton players are playing here this year, so you know they're going to come out with some emotion, especially those seniors. They're going to be more than likely going on the road in round 1, and so they're thinking this may be the last time I get to play here, and they're trying to show out for their fans.
Trips to the far side this time. Braxton Wolf split out to the near side. There's going to be a timeout for Coach Ellis. We'll step aside for 60 seconds. Be right back after this.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Third down and 11 coming up for East Newton. Ball on Seneca's 11-yard line. Excuse me, the ball is back on the 13-yard line, third down and 11.
Still can't get a first down at that 2-yard line.
Wolf split out to the near side. Harris covering him up. Eichelberger going to look to throw, and he's going to look for the home run or hit ball to the end zone. It's going to be batted down at the last second. Good coverage by Tyrone Harris to knock that one away because it looked like Wolf was going to come down with it. It's a fourth down and 11.
Yeah, just one-on-one, and you're seeing if you can beat the other guy, and good job there by Harris to force a 4th and long.
And Wolf comes up. I think, is he limping just a little bit? He may have landed on his back a little bit hard on that one.
And I think he's coming out. He doesn't want to come out, but I think he's coming out.
Bringing the play in from the sideline, number 5, Landon Moore. Number 21, Ethan Bales.
And they're going to have to hurry up themselves. They already only got
2 receivers to the far side. Excuse me, it's 3 receivers to the far side, 2 on the near side. I think they have.
They called timeout, Seth.
Okay. They went empty there. Well, let's step aside for a 30-second break here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Fourth down and 11 coming up for the Indians. Ball at the 13-yard line as trying to maybe get a jump ball to Wolf. Once again, Coach, you were telling us that he needed to apply a little bit of pressure, not let him get to the outside.
You can't let him go the outside because if he goes outside, your head has to turn and you don't know where the ball's at. And you have help on the inside with the safety. That's what I'm talking.
Empty set for Eichelberger. Trips to the far side, 2 receivers on the near side. See what the play is going to be. Eichelberger's going to drop back to pass. He's going to blitz in his face. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down. Good job.
Oh, he shoveled
it off the last second.
Man.
That's illegal. That's a legal touch, and you can't throw it to your lineman. So that's going to be illegal participation on the East Newton Patriots. He was in the grasp of Nolan Napier. I didn't see who else was back there, but they got back there quickly. Looked like they sent a blitzing outside linebacker. Eichelberger tried to pitch it off, and unfortunately you can't do that.
So Seneca should get it somewhere
in the field.
Around, I don't know how long that is.
We'll let them sort that out. And it's going to be illegal touching. And so it's going to march him forward. It'll be first down 10 either way for the Indians with 3:08 to go here in the first quarter of play.
Well, actually, it's a decline penalty because it's a turnover on downs. And so Seneca will just get the ball at wherever it is, Coach.
Coach, where you got us
He's
at down
they're at the 14-yard
Okay,
line.
thank you.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow on X, Twitter, KNEO917 Sports.
3 receivers to the far side. It's going to be just a straight quarterback sweep to the left side. He's got room to run. He's at the 35-40, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30. Nobody's going to catch Caden Klaus as he takes it in from 86 yards out, and Seneca retains, gets back on top.
We got a flag on the play over here?
We do.
What is that?
Where?
Across the way.
Oh, there is all the way at the 22-yard line.
The far judge. I don't know what he's doing on the far. What he's calling.
It's a sideline warning.
He was trying to run down the sideline and didn't have enough room. So touchdown for Caden Klaus is going to stand. 2:55 to go here in the first quarter, point after try pending.
Hey, Seth, another one of those one-play drives for Seneca.
Coach Hilburn, he says it's kind of crazy. Last week in the post-game show talking to us, he said, I kind of want long, sustained drives, but so far tonight, not happening. High snap, and there's going to be a penalty flag. Well, there's not even a penalty flag. It's the official's timeout. I don't think he was ready to go because the near side judge wasn't back on this spot.
And Seth, Seneca softball tomorrow will be playing in the Class 3 District 6 semis against Nevada. 11 o'clock start time. Coach Harbaugh and I will be in Cassville for that one. Audio only, though. You can only listen, unfortunately.
Point after try coming for the Indians. Good snap this time. Good hold. Kick is up, and it is good. 2:55 to go here. Seneca leads 14-7 on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Huddle Springs Church of Christ is bringing you today's ball game. They're a family-friendly church located just a few miles outside Seneca at 19306 Huddle Springs Road. With Sunday morning and evening worship services as well as midweek services on Wednesdays, check out HuddleSpringsChurchofChrist.org for more information about all the classes and fellowships they offer throughout the week. Huddle Springs Church of Christ, where they say, we want to go to heaven with you.
You've got to have someone that understands what you are doing as a mission. Community bankers are important that way because they understand the community relationships that we have to form to be successful.
I feel like First Community Bank and Myers-Davis, our cultures are so similar. It is all about relationships.
It's a real boon to our community to have a bank like First Community to be supportive of so many things.
They're willing to take a chance on entrepreneurs, which is helpful to make the community grow.
And we welcome you back here to Don Johnson Stadium. 2:55 to go in the first quarter. Seneca leading 14-7.
Seneca Indian football tonight. Everyone at the Neosho Daily News wish the Seneca Indians good luck. Let's go get that win. A good response there by Seneca. Bowed up on defense. And then Caden Klaus found a hole and was able to get in the end zone.
Drew Sherwood going to kick this one off. Going to kick it to Inlow. Now this is going to be Braxton Wolf feeling at about the 15-yard line. Kanan Miller giving chase. He's going to run into the arms. First man there for the Indians, Blaze Graham. And it's going to be at the 28-yard line once again. Third time tonight. East Newton will have it at the 20. It's actually the 27.5, but we'll give them the 28. We'll see where they mark as forward progress. It's so hard to see their hash marks out there.
That's what happens on a grass field in week 8, and we haven't had rain for a month.
Looked like they hadn't painted it for a month.
First down and 10 for their 28-yard line. 2:50 to go here. Two receivers to each side. Twins for Eichelberger. Inlow in the backfield with the quarterback. Wolf's going to go in motion. And it's going to be Eichelberger taking it, and holding on to him is Ginger, but there's a penalty flag comes in from the umpire. Probably a hold. No, probably a face mask penalty because he threw it right where Ginger initially, as Nolan Napier, made the initial contact.
I was going to say, I didn't see it.
Another face mask penalty against the Indians.
I didn't see a face mask.
I didn't either. It looked like he got him around the chest. Looked like it got him on the chest.
This is a very penalty-filled first quarter. And
well, for the Indians, East Newton's only had one so far. So now it's at the 41-yard line.
Coach Hilburn isn't very happy about it, and right now I can't say I blame him.
So they actually would have lost 2 yards in the play.
Because Hagan wasn't anywhere near the face mask. So
it was Nolan Napier that had on in his grasp, it looked like. It's going to be a handoff to Inlow. Inlow's going to get stood up and lose a yard. Good job by the defensive front for Seneca. The ball is out.
They blow it dead, though. I think they said no gain.
And Kai Adams and one of the linemen have some words to say, as it's getting a little bit chippy out there already. They're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play, 2nd down and 10.
Good job there by, I can't tell who the nose guard, I think that's Renfro. He got a great push up the middle and kind of bottled that one up.
Seneca running a 3-3 look now. That's going to go to 3-2 as they try to empty the box out, make it a little lighter for them on their Seneca's defensive side. And it's going to be a handoff to Enlow. He's going to make a cut back upfield, and Caden Kloss is going to trip him up, as well as Kai Adams. He gets across midfield to the 48-yard line. That RPO game right now is really hurting Seneca because they're not able to react. So they're making an empty box, a light box, and Seneca's going to go light. They're going to go run. They got 5-on-5.
And the linebackers aren't making the one-on-one tackles in space. That's kind of the big difference right now is lately Seneca has been able to make those one-on-one tackles, and right now they're having issues.
Ball at the 48-yard line. Seneca looking to make a stop here. Twins for Eichelberger in the offense on Patriots. Going to drop back to pass. Got time. Now he's going to step up in the pocket. Hagen Ginger's going to wrap him up and take him down. Nolan Napier forced him back over to Ginger's hands, and it's going to be dropped on the other side of the 50-yard line back to the 47.
Good job there by Ginger. He worked through a double team, too, because the running back tried to get a chip on him, and he worked through that as well.
So a loss of 5 on the play. 2nd down and 15. He's looking to pass. Good coverage. That was a coverage sack right there because everybody was covered up. His first and second option were covered up.
Yeah, he had time to throw it, and then Ginger eventually worked his way up.
Trips to the near side this time. Wolf split out to the far side.
Watch the quarterback draw, halfback draw.
Eichelberger going to look to throw a quick hitter once again, and Blaze Graham's going to come up, and it's going to be incomplete. Looks like it bounced off the turf. Incomplete pass. Blaze Graham was coming up trying to play center field. And
that was very close to being a catch, too. Seneca had 2 or 3 defenders there, and Graham went up for it, and he bounced it and almost went in the East Newton player's hands.
3rd down and 15 coming up. Seneca Indian football brought to you tonight by Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, and Community Bank and Trust.
This might be the last play of the quarter, depending on what happens.
Twins again for Eichelberger and the Patriots. Enlow in the backfield with him. It's going to be a drop back to pass. Eichelberger is going to look over the middle, and the ball's tipped in and out of the hands of his intended target, number 21, Ethan Bales, and it's going to make it 4th down and 15.
Haynes was trailing there on the play. He may have had a play, but there was a lot of green grass in front of him if that was a better pass.
Sent a couple verticals and one guy in a drag route across the middle, and he was open.
Seneca first time, really. I know they bowed up down there, but really first time they got them behind the chains all night.
A lot of penalties so far for the Indians in this first quarter of play. Let's see if they can clean that up. We didn't have any last week until halfway through the second quarter.
And we didn't even mention anything about penalties in the pregame, so it's not our fault.
High kick by Youngblood. That's going to be fielded at Blaze Graham at about the 13-yard line. Seneca will have one play to end this first quarter, and they'll go to the second.
Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. You may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians. And Seth, regardless of what happens here today, East Newton's kind of putting together a blueprint for opposing teams on what they want to do against the Seneca defense.
Twins for the Indians this time. Roman Miller in the backfield with Klaus. And it's going to be an option play to Miller. Miller's got blockers in front of him. He's going to make it down the far sideline and step out of bounds with 1 second left to go here in the first quarter. So I have one more play. I was wrong.
Al, they said he stepped out before he got the first down.
He got to the 24. That's about where he needed to get to for the first downs.
He's a yard shy.
So 23-yard line, 2nd down and 1. Miller with his 3rd carry of the night, picking up 9 yards.
That was a good job by Klaus, waiting until the last second to pitch it.
Handoff's going to go to Miller, makes a cut back at the line of scrimmage, still on his feet, making defenders miss at the 25-yard line, tackling, diving forward down to the 32, and that'll do it for the first quarter play. After one, Seneca leads 14-7 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Billy Graham talks about driving.
I read about a woman who tried her driver's test for the 38th time and failed. And perhaps you've tried nearly that many times for a license spiritually, to sit in the driver's seat of your own life. I'm asking you to move over and trust the Holy Spirit to drive and control your life. You can be alive right now physically, but your soul is dead. Your spirit is dead, and you keep searching for something and you can't find it. You'll never find what you're looking for in life till you come to the cross of Christ and are born again. Do you know Christ? Are you sure? God can give you a whole new life, a transformation that you never dreamed existed if you let Him.
Discover how you can let God get behind the wheel of your life at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome back here at Don Johnson Stadium in Granby, Missouri. Ball sitting on Seneca's own 31-yard line, their third drive of the game. Receivers each side this time for Klaus Sherwood here and Harris on the far side. Klaus, high snap. He's going to run it to the right side. He's got an opening at the 35, still on his feet, trying to get back across the other side of the field. Going to get tackled and tripped up at the 44-yard line. But pick up a 13 on the play.
They're kind of doing to East Newton what East Newton was doing to them. They see that they're kind of spreading it out, emptying the box there, Seth, and then they're running it, and there's nobody there to tackle Klaus.
They're got that second level guys getting right up there just for run support, and they're kind of getting. Well, Coach talked about kind of trashing
over the top,
kind of trashing things up a little bit.
There you go.
Klaus going to look to throw. Got the arrow route to Kai Adams. Adams hauls it in. And he's going to get up into by Braxton Wolf at about the 48-yard line.
I mean, that was wide open from the get-go. Didn't get a ton of yardage, but still not too bad. Looks like a gain of about 4, I'd say.
There's your free safety coming downhill from 10 yards back, behind the line of scrimmage.
Two receivers on the near side this time for Klaus. Klaus going to look over and talk to Coach Hilburn. Now he's going to relay the message to his players. And it's going to be a handoff to Miller up the middle. He's at the 50-yard line. And he's going to get tackled down across the 50 to about the 48-yard line. Make it third down and short.
But it's third down and manageable here for Seneca. Once again, third down and about 2. And if you're Seneca, you always challenge your offensive line saying, hey, can you get 2 yards?
Third down and a long 1.5, 2 yards to go for Indians. Two receivers on the near side with Harris and Sherwood. And it's going to be Klaus running to the left side. Now he's going to reverse field, go to the 45, 40, 35. Trying to get back to the – he's going to say he stepped out of bounds. I thought he did. I was waiting for that. As the far side judge has him stepping out of bounds right in front of Coach Harbaugh at the 30-yard line. Coach, you should have told him he was out of bounds over there.
Not for sure he even stepped out of bounds.
I think it was close. So he said, yeah, it's close enough. We'll go ahead and call him out.
Close enough. He got the first down. Close enough to call it good. Right at the 30.
So he steps out of bounds with 10:26 to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 14-7. Again, two receivers on the near side. Hagen, Ginger, and tight on the far side. Klaus looking over the defense. He's going to drop back to pass.
You got Ginger over there.
He's got Ginger open. That's going to be caught by him at the 18-yard line. Still on his feet, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Hagen Ginger as he came all the way across field. It was almost tipped by Youngblood at the last second, but good job by Ginger to haul that one in.
Yeah, I could see it developing there and just get it over the linebacker in front of the safety and into the end zone for Hagen. We talked about with how well they're running the ball. At some point, play-action pass would come into play, and it did there.
So a 30-yard touchdown scoring strike, and Ginger hauls that one in. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is good. 10:16 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 21-7 on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Do you need a move of God in your life? Seneca Assembly of God is hosting revival services with Reverend Larry Willoughby from October 27th through the 30th. Come and experience God's presence on Sunday, October 27th at 10 a.m., October 28th and 29th at 7 p.m., and Wednesday, October 30th at 6:30 p.m. Join us at 2310 Cherokee Avenue in Seneca, where God is still performing miracles, healing hearts, and turning lives around through the power of the gospel. Don't miss your chance to be part of something life-changing at the 2024 Seneca Assembly of God Revival.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
And welcome back here at Don Johnson Stadium as Seneca leads 21-7. Drew Sherwood has taken his steps. He's awaiting the go-ahead. He's got that from the official. And it's going to be a short pop-over kick that Youngblood's going to call for a fair catch at about the 34. So the first time tonight, East Newton has not had the ball on their own 28-yard line to start a drive.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't a bad kick there by Sherwood trying to catch him off guard, and a smart decision there by East Newton to fair catch it because you can't really ram into him at that point. So
Seneca Indian football brought to you tonight by Langford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Happy Egg, Seneca Assembly of God. Thank you for our sponsors tonight. Trips to the near side this time. Wolf split out to the far side. Excuse me, 2 receivers split out to the far side. 3-2 look for the Indians on defense.
Yeah, they're empty.
Roman Miller looked like he's going to blitz, and they're going to bring a man in motion, and Miller's going to get back there. It's going to be a low pass as Eichelberger tried to thread the needle to Wolf, and he threw it right at his feet, so he had no chance to make a play on that one. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, Miller blitzed, and they weren't able to pick him up there. They went empty. They did send a guy in motion, but they left him empty in the backfield, and Seneca was able to get some pressure on him, and that caused the low throw.
2nd down and 10 coming up for the Patriots. Now they go to a Twins bunch look here, stacked look. Eichelberger going to drop back to pass, coming back in his face as Nolan Napier not able to get enough pressure. And Eichelberger's got all kinds of green to run as the secondary was looking to stay on their guy. And finally, Klaus forces him out of bounds all the way at the 41-yard line. So now Seneca's got to make sure they contain Eichelberger because they're getting good coverage downfield, and the pressure's getting to him upfield.
Well, I was going to say that's a situation where the ends went too far up front, and they're able to push him past Eichelberger and give him a huge running lane, and then the linebackers and safeties and corners are looking at their guys instead of looking for the football once he gets past the line of scrimmage.
25-yard gain for Eichelberger on the scramble.
Got
trips to the far side, one receiver in the near side, looking for the tunnel screen. That time it's going to be caught by Youngblood, and he's going to go back to the outside. Hunter Haynes is going to take him down across the 35 to the 34-yard line. Graham there to help out as well. So nice little pickup on the tunnel screen.
Yeah, I was going to say there, it's what we said, where they're just getting them through the wash and kind of trying to get Seneca confused on who they're going to cover, and an easy gain there for East Newton, who has been able to drive. They've only been able to score once, but they've driven the ball every time.
2 receivers to the far side this time for Eichelberger. And it's going to be a handoff to Inlow, and Inlow's going to get in the grasp of Hagen Ginger, and he pulls him backwards. He thought he was going to have a room to run, and Ginger just pulled out his paw and pulled him backwards. And it's a loss on the play on the other side of the 35 to the 36, a loss of 2.
3rd down and medium here for East Newton, and so if you're Seneca, you got to watch not only those slants and tunnel screen, watch the quarterback draw here.
Well, not even the draw. Just if he scrambles free, somebody's got to be accounting for the quarterback on a scramble.
I was going to say, you may have to start spying the quarterback here if you're Seneca.
A bunch set here on the near side with 3 receivers. 1 receiver split out to the far side.
Watch the play clock.
And it's going to go under center. It's going to be Eichelberger rolling out the pass. Nolan Napier is giving chase to Eichelberger. Eichelberger's going to throw that one. It's going to be back across his body. It's going to be caught for the 1st down. And he's going to have enough. I believe his intended target was Wolf.
I think
Wolf does have the 1st down.
Do we have a penalty flag over there?
I don't see anything.
Yeah, there is one laying over here.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Owned by the head umpire.
Can't see it anywhere.
I was going to say, I thought there may have been an unsportsmanlike after he threw the ball.
Well, or maybe it could be the fact that they had too many man downfield.
Well, it's thrown back there where the quarterback was.
Yeah, so I was going to say.
And Napier had him when he let it go.
Yeah.
Well, I think the quarterback is the one that may get called
for.
That's a
personal foul against.
They call roughing the passer on Seneca. I don't know. Again.
Coach Hilburn trying to plead his case, but my goodness, I've not seen so many personal foul penalties called in a game of football.
It looked like to me, because I caught the back end of it, it looked like the quarterback is the one that initiated the contact, not Napier.
So it's going to be all the way down to the 14-yard line, so a lot of free yards for the Patriots offense.
again, they did get down here earlier and weren't able to score. As Coach Hilburn still talking to David Cox.
So it's about approximately
And is that another? Oh, he's just finishing the call. I was going to say, is that another penalty?
So I was going to say it was a 5-yard gain for Eichelberger, but I thought he had more than that on the completed pass to Wolf. Either way, first down and 10 for East Newton at the Seneca 14-yard line. Twins this time as he's going to send a man in motion. That is going to be Wolf. Ball's on the ground. Eichelberger's going to pick it up quickly, and coming in to make the play is Roman Miller. He drops him at the 22-yard line. Now Coach Ellis is wanting a penalty for a low hit, but they don't have that rule in high school football. He's trying to plead his case. He took his knees out, but they don't. That's only in the NFL. The ball's all the way back to the 22-yard line. They're wanting a horse collar is what the fans are yelling for, but I didn't see that one at all.
I don't see anywhere where a horse collar would have come into play there.
So Eichelberger loses 8 on the quarterback sack. Good job by Miller. Low snap, and he got back there quickly.
Yeah, there's a couple guys back there for Seneca as they only got 10 on the play clock. East Newton only has 1 timeout here left in the first half. See if they get the snap off.
4 seconds left, 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left. Twins for East Newton. They do get the play off. Eichelberger looking to pass. Got plenty of time. Now he's going to try to step up in the pocket, and he's going to be wrapped up by Hagen Ginger. And I believe there's another linebacker for the Indians there to take him down. He got a couple yards in the play across the 20 to the 19. Pick up of 3 on the play. 3rd down and 15.
But, Seth, here is where Seneca does a good job is when you get the other team behind the chains, then your linemen can know to go for the pass. But the other thing there, good job by the linebackers of not getting lost in trying to find Eichelberger.
Twins this time for the Patriots offense. In low in the backfield with Eichelberger. Going to send a man in motion. That's Wolf. Eichelberger looking to pass. He's going to throw the home run ball. That's going to be tipped at the last second by Blaze Graham, coming up from the free safety position. And it's going to be incomplete, making it 4th down and 15.
Yeah, I think Sherwood was over there in coverage as well.
That was Probert had Wolf covered up that time.
But, yeah, Graham did a good job of coming over. He tipped it, and, again, it was one of those tips that almost went to an East Newton player. But 4th down and long here, so if you're Seneca, you're kind of playing the sticks here to make sure they can't get a first down. I think at this point, East Newton probably going to be going for the end zone. They get the play in late again, so we'll see if they get the snap off. They just barely got the snap off last time.
Cassville was doing the same exact thing, so they're trying to take a page out of Cassville's playbook. 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left, and Coach Ellis has his Burners last time out of the first half. We'll step aside for 30 seconds and be back right after this.
Gas and Snack in Seneca is proud to support the Seneca Indians and be a part of the Seneca community. With 2 locations in the Seneca area, 1608 Cherokee and just north of Highway U on Highway 43, they offer gas as well as pop and a variety of other snacks. The Gas and Snack in Seneca, Missouri is owned by Nick and Sandra Whitehead, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians.
And welcome back here to Don Johnson Stadium. Game brought to you tonight by People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Prolube Maintenance Center, the Seneca School District, Lost Creek Wireless, 4-State Sports Report, Missouri Farm Bureau Agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, Neosho Chamber of Commerce, and Huddle Springs Church of Christ. 4th down and 15 coming up for East Newton.
If you're Seneca, you got to play the chains here. They may just be going for the end zone, but make sure you keep everything in front of you and don't allow them to get a first down. Can get a first down at about the 4.
Twins for Eichelberger. In low in the backfield with him. They're going to motion Youngblood to the far side of the field. Eichelberger going to drop back to pass, looking for the fade route, and that's going to be batted down by Blaze Graham at the last second. It's going to be a turnover on downs with 6:39 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, good job by Graham coming over, and Sherwood had coverage as well there, so good job by them. Again, a lot of yardage for East Newton, but they can't get a score. And a lot of it, again, helping on penalties. That's something Coach Crane, Coach Hilburn will be talking to their guys at half about, saying, hey, I know they're calling a lot on us, but you got to be smarter than what's happening.
Now a bunch look for the Indians on offense. And it's going to be inside reverse to Harris. Harris is going to make a cut upfield at the line of scrimmage, spinning out of contact. He's going to get maybe back to the line of scrimmage.
He's still
keep
going.
his feet going, so he's going to get some positive yards across the 25-yard line. He was dead to rights back at the 19-yard line, and Harris just kept spinning out of contact, kept turning his feet. He got something out of nothing all the way up to about the 26-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how he got any yardage there.
I do not either. That was a great effort by Harris.
I mean, that was right in front of Coach Harbaugh. Maybe he can explain what happened, but here it just looked like a big wash, and then all of a sudden he came out of it.
Well, I think he ran like I used to.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know.
The same look this time for the Indians on offense. Graham, Ginger, and Adams kind of in a bunch look. It's going to be a handoff to Miller. Miller's going to make a couple guys miss, still on his feet, fighting for extra yardage, and he's going to get across the 30 to the 35-yard line, finally taken down at the 36. Great second effort by Roman Miller on that carry.
I tell you what, East Newton's getting chippy down here, very chippy.
I was going to say there's a late flag here. It's on the Seneca bench. We're not saying it's on Seneca, but it's by the bench.
It's on the sideline. That's
yes.
It's by the sideline of Seneca.
So we'll see who they call this on.
The second penalty of the night against East Newton.
Well, I was
That's a dead ball penalty against East Newton, personal foul variety. Ball was at the 36, so a 10-yard gain on top of that one. And then personal foul, East Newton. It's going to march it forward 15 yards.
It's at the 49 of East Newton.
So we'll take them all the way across midfield now. First down and 10.
And the officials are going to have to try and bottle this one up quick because it could get ugly if they're not careful.
Trips to the near side this time for the Indians with Sherwood, Haynes, and Graham. Klaus going to play action. He's going to run to the right side. He's at the 45, 40, still on his feet. Going to get tripped up enough by Enlow. Another penalty flag comes flying in late from the Empire. Ball was taken down to the 34.
And are they calling horse collar?
No, it's all the way back here at the line of scrimmage. The play is.
Well, he's picking his flag up. So Seneca's going back.
He's probably already told him what the penalty was. So 35 yards, so a 14-yard pickup for Klaus on that carry if it stays. They're trying to sort this one out.
So
he's going to come back.
Yeah.
We still
10 yards from
personal foul against Seneca this time.
So it's from the spot, which from the spot would have been about 5 yards in.
So now we're going to go back the other way. So it's going to be first down and about 22.
First down in an eternity. And right now the officials are being more of a part of the game than they should be.
A lot of penalty flags come flying in. So it's a personal foul against the Indians. I've had more personal fouls down tonight than I have the entire season.
Yeah, Jace Renfro just came out of the game.
So Seneca having to change some things up here on the front line. It's going to shift Brock Pendergraft to center. Trips to the near side. And it's going to be a designed quarterback run to the right side. Looks like another penalty flag comes flying in. He gets across midfield. And we're going to see where the penalty flag is. It's at the 49. Penalty flag sitting at the 41.
Looks like holding. I mean, he threw that about 30 seconds after the play started. So
30 seconds. I'd say 1 second.
Yeah, not 30.
After the play started. So they're going to have to sort this one out. I mean, it's a face mask against East Newton.
So do you decline it because it's not the personal foul variety?
So they got to the 49. Did Klaus on that carry.
So you add 5 yards from where it is, and they give him a first down. So it's first down. It's still first down. So it's first down and about 6.
Yeah, so Klaus picked up 12 on the carry. Face mask penalty is going to make it first down. Well, it should be second down. Should be second down at the 44.
I think you repeat the down, though.
No, they kept the yardage, too. Roman Miller's going to take it to the right side. He's at the 40-yard line, 35-30. Racing down the far sideline. Roman Miller's at the 10. Lowers his shoulder at the 5, and he's going to be tackled just shy of the goal line. So to sort that one out, the play had to stood because they took it 5 yards from the end of the run.
Play, yeah. Doesn't matter. It's first down either way.
First down and goal for Seneca now. As Miller takes that in from 44 yards out, all the way down. Coach, where they got him spotted
They
at?
got
the
him
2?
spotted at the 1 yard line.
So 43-yard pickup for Miller on that carry. He ran like a man with a plan. Klaus going to hand it off to Miller. Miller's going to dance around into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Roman Miller, with 4:30 to go here in the first half of play.
I mean, you're just running behind your center and your right guard there, and there was a big hole. I might have been able to run that one in.
And I'm trying to make sense of everything we had a while ago. So we had it 2nd down and 5.
2nd down and 5.
At the 44.
And a 43-yard run.
43-yard run.
Yep.
Sherwood on to attempt the point after try. Low snap. He's going to get it on the block. Kick is up, and it goes through. Good job by Klaus to recover and put that one on the block for Sherwood to kick that one. Kick is good. 4:30 to go here in the first half. Seneca leading 28-7 on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
28-7 is your score here at Don Johnson Stadium with 4:30 to go here in the first half. A lot of personal foul penalties we've seen so far from both teams. So looking, hopefully things clear up between both sides here going forward.
28 unanswered points by Seneca. East Newton scored first.
4:30 to go here in the first half. Sherwood's going to get his steps back deep to receive for the Patriots. Enlow, Wolf, and someone else. Youngblood's going to let this go over his head, and it's going to be fielded at about the 24-yard line by Landon. He's got a little bit of a sideline space to go, and he's going to be tackled. That was Bales on that one. Bale's going to get it all the way up to about the 33-yard line, 32-yard line, be first down to 10 East Newton.
32, that looks like 37, Seth.
Thank you.
First down here for East Newton. Good job there by the return men of able to get them there in the back.
Going with the Twins look again. They usually send Braxton Wolf in motion to this near side to join it, make it trips. Trips, there we go, I can't talk. And that's exactly what they're going to do, send Wolf in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Enlow. Enlow's going to try to get to the edge. He's able to do so, and he's got Green in front of him.
Blocking the back.
They didn't call that, though. And Caden Klaus is going to bring him down at the 41-yard line. So, again, not having the outside contained. Miller was too far up inside instead of being outside. Enlow's got the RPO across midfield to the 41.
And Sherwood got blocked in the back on that play. So he was trying to go back inside and get towards the quarterback.
22-yard pickup for Enlow.
East Newton is doing a good job of driving, whether it be on their own or whether they get help, but they can't score.
First down and 10. Handoff's going to be to Enlow. Enlow's got Green in front of him. He's going to take a hard hit from Blaze Graham. He's got enough for the first down to the 29. So right now they're saying, okay, we can't complete a pass. So let's just run the ball.
Yeah, they're basically going spread and spreading Seneca out and going up the middle, and Seneca is losing contain, and some of those in space tackles that Seneca has made previous weeks, they're struggling with here this week.
Trips the near side for the Patriots, one to the receiver to the far side. And it's going to be Eichelberger taking it right up the middle. He's got a head of steam. He's going to be dropped at the ball came free, and they're going to say he was down first at the 21. That's 2 or 3 times we've seen the ball on the ground. Unfortunately, it's after the whistle is already blown. Pickup of 8, second down and 2.
It looked like he may have got it back anyways, but I mean, the umpire was standing right there, and he's not the one that blew it dead. It was that side judge that came in and blew it dead.
2:58 to go here in the first half of play. Seneca leading 28-7.
Seneca does get the ball to start the second half, so you'd love a stop and a score here to end the half.
Twins for the Patriots. Going to send Wolf in motion. And it's going to be Eichelberger trying to take a stutter step at the line of scrimmage. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down across the 20 to the 17-yard line.
But when you only need 2 yards, again, like we talk about all the time, you just need 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
And there's a lot of dust out there right now. You see it flying around every time the guy hits the turf.
East Newton is out of timeout, so that may come into play here at some point.
And they're probably going to try to keep it on the ground because they've been moving the ball efficiently. They've not even had it 2 minutes in this possession. They've marched it all the way down from the 37-yard line.
And and keep the ball away from Seneca's offense.
Twins for the Patriots. Handoff's going to go in low. He's going to get the play strung out, and he's going to reverse field, and he's going to make a cut back upfield. Seneca not able to bring him down, not tackling efficiently. Is the second line. He's going to get all the way down to the 3-yard line is in low. 14-yard pickup, first down and goal at the 4.
And
Seneca's going to call a timeout.
Yeah.
We'll step aside for 30 seconds. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, it's that time of year again. On Friday nights, you can come out and watch the Seneca Indians play football. And then on Sundays, let me invite you to come right next door to the Seneca football field to the Seneca Church of Christ. On Sundays, we have Bible classes for all age groups at 9 a.m. and worship services at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. On Wednesdays, we have Bible classes at 7 p.m. And on Tuesday mornings during the school year, we have Devo and Donuts at 7 a.m. for all junior high and high school students. We'd love to have you come visit us. We are proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Go Indians!
2.
Welcome back here to Don Johnson Stadium. 2:04 to go here in the first half. 28-7, Seneca with the lead, but East Newton is threatening. Game sponsors for tonight, Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Community Bank and Trust, Lankford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Happy Egg, and Seneca Assembly of God.
Seth, this game would look a lot different if East Newton could punch it in because they've had the ball 3 times down here and have only scored once.
Well, they're definitely going to try to punch it in. I mean, that's the goal of the whole entire game, but Seneca will get the ball to start the second half. 4-man look for Seneca this time. Eichelberger going to take it himself, going to try to bounce to the outside, coming up, spin move on Sherwood. He's going to actually maybe lose a yard back to the 5-yard line. No timeouts for East Newton.
Seneca has 1, but I think they'll let the clock wind. East Newton doesn't want to give the ball back to Seneca at all, so I think they'll take their 4 cracks at this, and if they can't get it, say hopefully we can go to half only down 28-7.
Now you got to watch out for play action pass.
I was going to say you got to watch a tight end potentially. They don't have a tight end in, but sneak in over behind the linebackers.
Trips to the far side this time for the Patriots. Eichelberger, ball's on the ground. He's going to look to pass. Nolan Napier in his face. Now Hagen Ginger in his face. He's going to lose one guy, but Napier's going to take him down from behind. That was Hagen Ginger. So Napier had him first, slowed him down enough for Ginger to grab a hold of him at the 11-yard line.
Hilburn called the timeout. He's trying to save some time on his end.
So sack there for the Indians. It's going to make it 3rd down and goal at the 11 after the 6-yard loss. And that ball, the snap got on the ground quickly. We're going to take a break here for 30 seconds. We'll be back right after this.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do. And for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
3rd down and goal coming up from the 11-yard line for East Newton. 1:19 to go in the first half of play. Trips to the near side, one receiver split out to the far side. That's Moore.
I say watch one-on-one on that side with Harris. Do you throw to the one-on-one side or go to this trip side?
Waiting the snap, in low to the right of Eichelberger. High snap, it's going to be to in low. It's a direct snap to in low. He's going to go into the end zone for the touchdown. So it looked like it was going to be a fake snap, fake high snap, and it goes directly to in low, and he scores from 11 yards out, and they're back within 2 scores. So Inlow had a lot of carries, a lot of chunks of yards. He had a 22-yard carry, a 13-yard carry, a 12-yard carry, and an 11-yard carry on that series. Up until that point, he'd been held to minimal gain.
Well, the problem there, too, for Seneca, that almost was a blown-up play from the beginning because of how high the snap was. He had to jump and grab it with one hand.
And East Newton just doing anything they can do to stay in this game. The RPO game is working well for them now. They found out as it's a low line drag kick that goes through the uprights. 1:11 to go here before the half. Seneca leading 28-14 on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Being a Lion comes with a reputation for excellence. Whether it's in the classroom, on the court, or in the community, Lions are leading the way. With innovative and immersive academic programs, new scholarship opportunities, and a campus committed to the future, now is the perfect time to find your purpose. Find your pride at Missouri Southern State University.
Marine Center Incorporated is a sponsor of Seneca Athletics. In business since 1979, they offer Mercury and Suzuki motors, along with low boats as well as boat repairs. Located at 4961 Highway 43 in Joplin, Missouri, open Monday through Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 12, and closed on Sunday. For more information, the phone number is 417-781-7450 or online at marinecenterjoplin.com. The Marine Center Incorporated, where the slogan is, your family boating headquarters.
Back deep to receive for the Indians, Hunter Haynes and Tyrone Harris. And it's going to be an onside kick attempt. And Seneca bobbles it at the front line, and East Newton is going to recover at the 46.
It wasn't going to go 10 yards. You didn't have to touch the football. Oh, they give it to Seneca. No, wrong signal. I was going to say, they gave it to Seneca there. And now they're going to go for a home run shot, I guarantee it. I know you're trying to avoid because it may have gone 10 yards, but it hadn't gone 10 yards yet.
It was like they kicked the ball. I didn't see who was over there. Laughlin and King were over there. King had so many kicked to him last week, and he handled them. That one wasn't even 10 yards, and they came up and tried to make the play.
If you're Seneca, you got to watch the home run pass here.
First down and 10, ball on their own 46-yard line for East Newton. 54 yards to go, 111 out of timeouts. Trips to the far side, one receiver split out to the near side. That's Wolf. Sherwood on coverage on him. Eichelberger, shotgun formation, going to look to pass. Got some vertical routes, and Blaze Graham's going to come over the top of that one, knock that one down. Drew Sherwood and Graham both there. Thrown into double coverage. That's always dangerous. Right now, the ball's not hanging enough in the air for Graham to come over the top and make the play.
Yeah, good job there by both Graham and Sherwood of knocking that one down and playing, obviously, defense there, but Graham almost had an interception there.
He's had 2 or 3 where he's came over the top, and he's just like just a little bit under. It's underthrown, actually. If the ball's thrown a little bit deeper, Graham's going to intercept those. Second down and 10. Again, Wolf split out to the near side by himself. Sherwood covering him up.
Watch the QB draw here.
3 receivers to the far side. Delayed snap, and they're going to look to the ball's batted in the air. Good job. I didn't see who got his hand up quickly because I was watching downfield to see what happened with the receivers. Going to make it 3rd down.
I think it was
Roman.
Yeah. It was it may have been one of the D tackles in there.
Well, they're in a 3 front, so it'd be either Napier or Roman Miller. I believe it's Roman Miller coming over the side.
Do they run the football here because neither team has a timeout? And if you don't get a first down, Seneca won't get the ball back.
Twins for East Newton this time. As Eichelberger going to drop back to pass. He's got pressure in his face. He's going to throw it over the middle. He's going to be wrapped up and taken down short of the first down. Stays in bounds at the 46-yard line. A pickup of 8 on the play. It's going to make it 4th down and 2.
Now comes an interesting play call here because there's about 12 seconds difference between the game and the play clock. So East Newton going to go for it here.
Well, why wouldn't you? I mean, you've got it on the plus side, and if you punt it to Seneca with 40 seconds left, that's plenty of time for them to score. Ball at the 46-yard line, 28 seconds to go. Twins for East Newton. Going to send Wolf in motion. Brody Miller running with him. Brody Probert running with him. It's going to be a handoff, and Miller's going to wrap him up and take him down. And they're wanting a penalty flag as the fans come screaming in. But there's no penalty flag thrown. 16 seconds left at the 49 as forward progress had him a loss of 3 in the play.
So if you're Seneca, you're right around the 50. I know it's the 49, but maybe one medium depth play. See if you can break some tackles, or potentially Klaus does have a good ball. Where does Hagan line up? Because you could see him sneak out behind the defense as well.
Trips to the near side for Seneca. Miller in the backfield with Klaus. Low snap. Klaus is going to field it. He's going to throw it to Tyrone Harris. This goes through his hands. That was a little bit of a high pass, put a little air underneath it. 11 seconds to go.
That play took about 5 seconds there as Harris
maybe looking
and
for that
Graham
hook and ladder.
come out. Well, Harris stays in. He went to the bench. Graham comes out. Haynes comes in instead. You could potentially see either a reverse or potentially a jet sweep here with Hunter Haynes.
Trips to the near side for Klaus. Klaus going to look to pass. He's going to throw it to Harris. Harris has got blockers in front of him. He's going to reverse field at the 45, still on his feet at the 40. Next one guy missed, going to reverse fields again at the 30, and he's going to be stopped at about the 33-yard line, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. Seneca leads 28-14 here on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Those news story notifications you get on your phone are usually alerting you to the latest bad news. If you'd like some good news, listen to what Billy Graham has to say about God.
The good news is this, that he loves you, that he'll forgive you, that he gives you eternal life, and he'll take you to heaven and give you a new life here and now, a new power, a new love, a new joy, a new peace.
Sounds great. And here's how you can claim them for your own.
Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ, and thou shalt be saved and thy house. You don't have to go and straighten out your life first. You don't have to go home and straighten your home out or your work out first. You come just as you are.
If you're ready to let that good news change your life, someone's ready to talk with you right now. 855-255-PRAY. That's 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. Once again, here's Ben Walcott.
Welcome back to Granby, Missouri, as we're at the half, and the halftime show is brought to you by Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance. Coming up at the half, we'll talk with Seneca girls golf coach Drew Schulte as part of our Indians Minute, and we'll have an interview with a Freeman trainer as part of our Freeman Sports Health Minute. You're listening and watching to Seneca Indian football here on the KNEO, Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
The Indians Minute is sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Josh Dodson. His office is located at 809 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho, Missouri.
Welcome to today's edition of the Indians Minute here on KNEO. I'm Ben Wolcott. Today we're joined by the head girls golf coach, Drew Schulte. And Drew, I know your girls just had districts this past week. How do you feel like they did?
Overall, I think they did very well. I'm pretty excited about how they finished up. You know, we had 2 girls make it to state. You know, I think that we could have had more, but, you know, that's golf. You got to have your A game every single day. So it's a very difficult game. But I know the girls that didn't make it, I know that they're going to be back ready, or at least one of them is going to be back ready to get after it next year and play. You know, experience goes a long way, and I know that they will be ready for next year.
And it's definitely exciting to get 2 girls to get to the state tournament. Just when is that state tournament? I know it's coming up here. It's got to be coming up here quickly.
Yeah, state tournament is next Monday and Tuesday. We'll be out at Fremont Hills in Nixa. We're going to get to play our practice round here, go up and see the course, feel it out, and, you know, just kind of map it out, get a game plan for how we hit, and go from there.
And I know, obviously, anytime you can get to state, that's a great achievement, but kind of what are your goals for year 2 that made it to state?
Very, very short and simple, compete. You know, there's going to be a lot of girls out there. From what I hear, that course is pretty tight. You know, it's all about your mentality going in. You know, me and Mr. King, we talk about, you know, your second shot is one of the most important shots of any hole, whether it be, you know, off, you know, as far as, you know, using your driver or whatever, but off the tee box, I mean, you could either have a great second shot or, you know, your second shot is end up somewhere else. And then you're trying to play catch up. But just focusing in on every shot, and something bad happens, learn from it, adjust of it, have a quick memory, and go on. 18 holes is a lot. It would be 36 in 2 days, so anything can happen any day.
Yeah, it's definitely exciting to get to and to state. And like you said, there's at least one more that really probably feels like she should have. Just kind of, how do you feel like overall the whole season has gone for your girls from the beginning to where they are now? Obviously, you have your two that made state, but how do you feel like as a team they did throughout the year with your goals and expectations?
From last year coming into this year, I thought we did really well. There's a lot of our matches that we had been to recently. We were kind of towards the bottom end, but we took first a couple times, versus some good teams, and the second and third versus a lot of teams in some of those matches that we played on a pretty tough course. So together they played pretty well. Individually, I thought most of them improved greatly from last year. So, overall, I was pretty proud of them. 3 seniors that are going to graduate and go on. I'll miss them a lot. They brought a lot to it. But overall, I appreciate the work that they put in and how they progressed this season.
And you mentioned that you're losing 3 seniors. Just kind of how many do you have back? And are you obviously always probably looking to recruit kids coming up from the junior high level and just maybe some others as well?
We'll have 2 back, Maddie Almond, which is going to state, and we'll have Ellie Olson. She's going to be back too. She's one of those girls that, man, she can flat hit it. She can drive. Man, I look forward to how she is going to improve next year, because I know she's hungry. She wanted to make that state tournament this year, and I believe she'll make it next year.
And then final question for you before I let you go here is just kind of what are your goals for those that come back during the off season? Obviously, you have a long ways to go. I'm sure you're hoping that they kind of play a lot of golf in the spring and the summertime to get themselves ready, but kind of what are your expectations for those that come back next year?
I mean, in the game of golf, everything is very broad. You got to get better at everything. I would say as far as the short game is the most important part of, I think, golf there is working on that short game. But the other thing is just adjusting on your own, knowing kind of how your body, how your swing works and what you're doing. You hit a bad shot. Hey, I did this wrong, and then learning from it. Just kind of playing as much golf as you can. That way you can figure it out, instantly out of there on the course. They've came a long ways from the very beginning. Had the juniors, I'll have them for 4 years. So I look to see what they can do next year. As far as, incoming freshmen, I've talked with, and I think at least we might have 4, maybe 5 golfers come in, which would be great, new group. So I look forward to coaching them up as well.
Definitely an exciting time of year as you get those 2 to head to state, and then obviously looking forward to next season as well. Drew, we thank you for taking a couple minutes here today on the Indians Minute.
No problem.
Thank you for listening to the Indians Minute, sponsored by Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Agent Josh Dodson. His office is located at 809 South Neosho Boulevard in Neosho, Missouri. For more information, his number is 417-451-1504.
People's Bank of Seneca is proud to support this portion of the game. They offer banking services including checking and savings accounts, CDs, and loans for individuals and businesses. They have locations in the Seneca and Joplin areas and are online at peoplesbankofseneca.com. People's Bank of Seneca, proud supporters of the Seneca Indians. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
A nonprofit organization, a sponsor of high school sports.
It's time for the Freeman Sports Health Minute. The Freeman Sports Team is proud to serve as the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges.
Welcome to another Health Minute here on KNEO. We're joined by Mylene Ray with Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Today's topic, shin splints.
All right, shin splints is a funny term. It obviously happens down in the lower leg. It's considered an overuse injury where, runners, jumpers, soccer players, any type of athlete can suffer from shin splints. It's also caused by a transition period. You have those soccer players that were used to playing on a grass field, and all of a sudden they're playing on a hardwood court for basketball, and so that transition from a different surface to another can cause shin splints. Basically, what happens is the feet. It's all in shoe support or foot support. Feet tend to overpronate a little bit, meaning they kind of tend to roll in a little bit, and that just kind of works up the chain. Okay, it affects the feet, obviously, then the ankles, then up into the shin, and so what happens is you get that pain along the inner part of the shin, sometimes in the front of the shin as well. And so to correct it, obviously ice, you want to do your rice. You rest it, you want to add the ice. Some compression helps. I've taped a lot of athletes and had a lot of success with taping their shins. But you also want to look at probably your footwear. Maybe it's time to change your shoes, get a new pair that has a little bit better support. Stretch, kind of tough it out until you get past that preseason, a couple weeks, and then you should tend to see some difference there.
For the Freeman Sports Health Minute, I'm Adam Winkler.
Thank you for listening to the KNEO Sports Network Halftime Show. The teams are headed back out on the field. Seth Wilson and Ben Walcott are ready to go in the broadcast booth, and Daryl Harbaugh is returning to the sideline. The third quarter is almost here. Back with more Indians football after this on the KNEO and Seneca Indians Sports Network.
Happy Egg, based out of Rogers, Arkansas, has been a local business for many years with their free-range farms. They are now taking applications for prospective growers to raise hens. If you have 10 acres of land and are interested in learning more information about becoming a Happy Egg grower, their website is happyegg.com/grower or by phone at 479-925-8855. A supporter of community broadcasting on KNEO.
The staff at Mid-America Specialty Markets, along with Jamie and Terry Langford, are proud to serve our community and support the local high school students in their extracurricular activities this school year. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office at 908 Washington Avenue, or call us at 417-776-LIFE, or visit us at midaminsurance.com.
What makes you feel loved? Maybe it's gifts, or words of affirmation, or acts of service. But what about the greatest act of love?
Jesus Christ loved us so much that he went to the cross and died for us. He took all the hell and all the judgment on him at the cross.
Billy Graham.
And the scripture says, God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever, that includes you, whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.
That's right. Jesus thinks you were worth dying for, and he gave his life so you could join him in heaven someday. Find out more at findpeacewithgod.net. That's findpeacewithgod.net. And it's from the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome back to the half here at Don Johnson Stadium. Your halftime show sponsors Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance. And that first half really saw Seneca struggle as far as not committing a penalty. So far that first half, Seneca had 6 penalties for 79 yards. On the defensive side alone, they had 4 penalties for 59 yards. So definitely a little bit of a struggle for the Indians. Coach Hilburn talked about that. Ben just pointed out a while ago that Coach Hilburn even mentioned in his coach's show, things are going to get chippy. You're not going to get a chance to explain yourself. You know you're going to get a little extracurriculars out there. You better control yourself because he doesn't have any tolerance for that.
Yeah, go ahead. Coach had his microphone in there, but I think Coach is probably the better one to talk about that, being a former coach and everything, is just trying to get his mic on. I think it's on now for you.
Well, anyway, Seneca penalized overall 6 for
Yeah.
79 times.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that you want to grab by the things go on in the piles, things go on down inside in the trenches that you get arrested for, and we talk about that all the time. But you got to be able to keep your cool. You got to be able to play and keep your cool. Don't get into this chippy junk. Don't get into this trash talking and mouthy junk. It's like, no, play the game. You're the better team out here. Play the game and don't go down to their level.
Play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Yeah, you're going to get
That's
that.
all you got to do.
You got to make sure you're prepared for that. Looking at stats for the first half, Eichelberger has completed 6 of 16 passes for 86 yards. On the ground, Eichelberger has 14 carries for 22 yards, a lot of those being sacks, several sacks tonight for the Indians. On the defensive side of the ball, River Enlow has 9 carries for 69 yards. Most of his carries coming right there in a row. He had a 22-yarder, a 12-yarder, a 13-yarder, and an 11-yarder. So doing some quick math there, that's 47 yards on 4 carries. That was the most of his yardage coming on that second drive that they scored on. And then also carrying the ball tonight for East Newton, number 4. Excuse me, I have Enlow there. Sorry, I messed that one up completely. Enlow had also a 36-yard carry. I skipped right over him a while ago, but either way, 105 yards for Enlow tonight. And then Youngblood has 2 receptions for 26. Wolf has 3 receptions for 52, and Bales has 1 for 8 yards. So far tonight on the ground for East Newton, about 130 yards and then 86 through the air. So Indians, on the other hand, again, a lot of quick scores tonight for the Indians in the first half. Klaus is 3 of 4 for 52 yards. Harris was 1 carry for 3 yards. Miller has, 9 carries for 124 yards. Probert has 1 carry for 5. Klaus has 7 carries for 65. Harris has 1 reception for 18. Adams has 1 reception for 4. And Ginger has 1 reception for 30 yards.
Does that include sack yardage? Because
Yes.
Klaus had an 86-yard touchdown run. That's why I was confused.
I may have not got that one on there. I missed that one completely.
Because I was like, he started at the 14 or whatever,
Yeah,
and that was a one-play drive. So that's why
Yeah.
I was like, pretty
Yeah.
sure that was 86 yards.
Yeah, so thank you for that one. We're going to take a break here. We come back, we'll have more halftime show for you. Your halftime show sponsors, Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is better health, better you.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour record service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Can you prove that you have a seat in heaven?
Wow, that's a pretty heavy question. What would you say?
Some people say, well, you can imitate Jesus. You can do the things Jesus did as best you can, and that's enough, isn't it?
Billy Graham.
You can do all the good works. You can go with all the people that are doing good social work around the world. But the scripture says, not by works of righteousness which we have done, but according to his mercy he saved us, by the washing of regeneration and renewing of the Holy Spirit. The only way you can get a seat is to come to the cross and confess that you're a sinner and receive Christ as Lord and Savior, and come to the empty tomb and believe that he rose again from the dead.
If you're not sure you've got a seat in heaven, let's talk now. Call us 855-255-PRAY. That's 855-255-PRAY. We're the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association.
Welcome back to Don Johnson Stadium here. Ben tried to get me right in the middle of a yawn there. I apologize for that.
I wasn't paying attention. I apologize, too.
It's okay. Halftime show sponsors tonight, Prairie Top Chiropractic and Langford Insurance. So kind of made some adjustments to these stats at halftime. Enlow does have 105 yards rushing on 10 attempts tonight. He had a 36-yard touchdown run that I missed earlier. I put it down there at the bottom for some reason. And then also Caden Kloss had an 86-yard touchdown run to Caden. And so he's up to 151 yards on the night. So him and Miller over 100 yards in the first half. Now, second half, starting out, East Newton's going to be kicking it off to the Indians. If you're Seneca, got to be watching for the onside kick. That's immediately what they're going to try to do, because if they're able to score, that puts them at the one-score possession, one-score game.
I was going to say, I guarantee they're going to go for the onside kick. They went for the onside kick after scoring that touchdown, and they were able to get it. So if you're Seneca, I think you know your hands team is coming on, and you may see a little bit different upmen for the Indians tonight.
If you take away, not to take away from East Newton because they've done a good job, but 79 yards, 59 on defensive side of the football you've given East Newton tonight. They have 283 on the ground. Excuse me, that's the Seneca stats, excuse me. They have 127 on the ground, 86 through the air. If you take away some of those penalties, you stop them.
Yeah.
You stop them and you get off the field.
I mean, this game would look a lot different if they were able to punch the ball in late. You know, they had two drives stall inside the 20-yard line, Seth. This game could be tied if East Newton could have punched it in a couple different times.
They had one at the 13 that they weren't able to capitalize on, another one at the 47 they punted on, another one at the 19 that they ended up turning it over on down. So definitely could be a completely different game.
I mean, if you're Seneca, I think if you're Cody, this isn't the way you want to face adversity, but you can want to face adversity before you get to the playoffs, and it's a win or you're getting ready for basketball. So I think this is some good lessons for Seneca, and I think Coach Crean always does a great job adjusting at halftime. I think we'll see some good adjustments for the Indians here in the second half.
Well, you know you're always going to see the best from the opposing team whenever you got that X on your back because you've been having such success. You know they're going to bring their best, and no turnovers again tonight. Seneca has not forced a turnover, something that we saw so much of through the first six games, and now all of a sudden they have yet to turn the ball over. So I look for that to change here in the second half. Maybe try to get a little bit more pressure to Eichelberger and knock the ball free, or maybe come over the top. But Graham's been so close on a couple of them of having an interception. He's just batting them down instead. So look for that to change here in the second half as well.
And I think if you're Seneca, you know, Eichelberger kind of reminds you of Burrell from Reed Springs a couple years ago, and the fact that he's scrambling around and finding some empty space, and it's almost schoolyard ball, except he's kind of taking off and running instead of Burrell, who was throwing it to his wide receivers.
He was always looking for that not Blandy, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but either way, first half, time of possession for Seneca, 7:41 to East Newton, 16-19, 21 plays for Seneca, 29 for East Newton, and so just a lot of extra yardage given away by the Indians tonight. Look for that to change here in the second half.
Well, I was going to say, I think Cody, had a nice long stern talk with them about, hey, this is the way the game's being called here tonight. They're not going to change the way they're calling the game. You're going to have to change yourself and look for some adjustments here for the Indians.
12 seconds to go before we get the guys out on the field to start the second half of play. I believe they already gave us the 3-minute wind
This
down.
is the second 3-minute wind down, yeah. So
both teams are ready to go, and Coach Harbaugh's made his way back to the sidelines over there, so he's ready to go as well. Seneca will be going right to left across your radio dial, and I imagine Seneca will have their hands team out there to start this second half on this kickoff.
You look at Ginger, Graham over here. You got Miller, Sherwood, and I'm drawing a blank on who number. Laughlin is the other one I'm thinking of.
And the second line, you've got Klaus, you've got Adams, you've got Probert, and you've got, I see that on the far, Jagger Wilson looks like on that far sideline on the 40.
So you really do have your hands team up because you got 9 of your 11 guys within 20 yards of the kickoff.
Look at this side, too, who they've got on this side. They've got Youngblood, they've got Wolf, they've got Bales, they've got all their speed guys on this side, so they're going to be looking to come right back to the same area that they did a while ago when they chipped to the onside kick.
And he is setting up for an onside.
Moore's got to go ahead, and it's going to be a squib kick that Kai Adams is going to jump on top of it at the 37-yard line, first down and 10 Seneca. So not sure if that one got away from him or he was trying to bounce it off an up man, but just squibbed right to Adams. It'll be a first down and 10 Seneca at that spot.
Good job there by Adams, just falling on the ball and making sure they have possession here.
First, go ahead.
Somehow a second didn't come off the clock.
I don't know. First down and 10 for Seneca at their own 37-yard line. Trips to the far side. Harris trying to get set. Ginger out there as well. It just shifted a 4-man front, and it looks like Seneca jumped off sides.
They jumped because they were shifting.
It doesn't matter either way.
Right. No, I'm not saying.
So a false start going to mack them up to the 32.
Yeah, I do know Harris. I wasn't watching the offensive line. I do know Harris jumped out here. He flinched.
Yeah, he wasn't set. There was all kinds of confusion to get this second half underway.
Yeah, I was going to say the linemen were kind of doing the same thing, and maybe they did call it on Harris because Harris is checking in.
I'd almost bet you it was a nice and quiet locker room at halftime.
May have been. Yeah, may have been. Trips to the far side this time with Haynes, Ginger, and Sherwood split out there. Klaus going to run the option. He's going to pitch it to Miller. Miller's got the ball. He's at the 30, 35, 40, 45, still on his feet. Down the far sideline he goes. He's going to be forced out of bounds across the 45, down to the 43. It looks like where they have him spotted at. That'd be enough for a first down.
Good job there by Klaus, waiting for the lineman to come up. Last second pitch. You got the receivers out there to block for Miller, and a big chunk of yardage there for Seneca.
25-yard pickup for Miller on the option play, down to the 43-yard line. First down and 10, Seneca, 2 receivers to the near side this time. Klaus looking over the sideline with Coach Hilburn, checking, making sure, relaying the information to his team. And it's going to be a handoff to Miller. He's going to dance around, spins out of contact. The line scrimmage still on his feet at the 40-yard line. He's going to get stood up, and now they're going to finally blow it dead. And he's going to get to the 39.
It's one of those you got to be careful because you have one guy going high, one guy going low. You got to blow that dead because that's where injuries happen.
So pick up a 4 on the carry for Miller. And I'm not mistaken. I think they have the initial line of scrimmage at the 43.
They did, Seth.
Okay, I was making sure because it didn't look like it was at the 44. Now they're going with a heavy set with the Indians. Snap's going to go to Klaus. Klaus is going to pitch it to Probert. Probert's got blockers set up in front of him. He's at the 35. Penalty flag at the 30. It's going to come back as Probert goes down the sideline. He's into the end zone for the touchdown. Now we're going to wait and see what the penalty flag is. It's probably going to be a hold on the Indians. It's going to come back to the 40.
And it's the back judge threw it, not the umpire, which is kind of weird. Goodness. And if it's at the 30, it's basically going to be a wash. You lose a yard, it'll be second down and 7.
So second down and 7 for the Indians. Thought maybe some penalty flags were going to be cleared up.
It may be at the 29, so it's still second and 6. So it's back at the line of scrimmage.
Oh, goodness. That one hurts because that was going to be a touchdown for Probert on the option.
And Klaus did a good job. He hesitated about as long as he could, and Probert was able to get in the end zone.
And we still look flat out here coming out to start the second half. Trips to the near side this time for the Indians. Klaus going to look to pass, and that's going to be a quarterback draw. He's got blockers in front of him. He's at the 35, spinning out of contact. Down to the 29 he goes. He's got enough for the first down on that play.
A nice job there by the Indians, and what that does is you saw a couple linemen downfield, and they had nobody to block because there was no linebackers there. I think Renfro was down there, and maybe I couldn't see who the other one was, but they had a couple guys about 5 yards downfield looking for somebody to block.
First down and 10 at the 29-yard line of the Patriots. East Newton on the first possession of the second half. Probert checks back in, split back formation with Klaus in the backfield. East Newton's going to walk up some guys to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be just a straight handoff. It's going to be a pass. He's looking downfield. He's got a man open. That's Sherwood. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Drew Sherwood on the halfback pass from Probert to Sherwood. Great job there to set up shop for the Indians on Brody Probert's feet. Watch his footwork there. He pulls up. All of a sudden, he's going to throw it deep. Sherwood got behind his guys, and he placed it right on the money.
Well, that's what happens when you have two quarterbacks in at one time. Probert's been more of a running back, but able to suck the cornerbacks up, and Sherwood goes by him, and a beautifully thrown ball by Probert for 6.
Good snap, good hold. Kick is going to go up, and it is good. 35-14, 10:24 to go here in the third quarter on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Crowder College, your future, our focus. At Crowder College, we have 6 convenient locations in Southwest Missouri and online programs to fit your needs. Flexible scheduling provides a pathway to a career or the opportunity to transfer to a 4-year university in a variety of programs. Cheer for the Rough Riders at athletic events. Use the Missouri A+ Scholarship Program for free tuition and common fees. At Crowder College, your future is our focus. Apply today at crowder.edu.
Sponsoring the East Newton Patriots is Promised Land Fellowship on the south side of Highway 86 across from East Newton High School. Promised Land Fellowship has services on Sundays at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. They also have children, youth, and adult services on Wednesday nights at 7. Promised Land Fellowship on the south side of 86 Highway across from the high school, proudly supporting the Patriots.
35-14 your score here, 10:24 to go in the third quarter. Game brought to you tonight by Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Doug's Body Works, Neosho Daily News, Southwest Missouri Bank, Cedar Lane Farm and Garden, and Prairie Top Chiropractic.
There's a lot of green at the 40. Do you try and pooch it and see if you can get an extra possession?
Your kickoff team has done a good job tonight, holding them to about the 28-yard line, as Enlow is going to field this one at about the 19-yard line, trying to get to the left side. He's going to get hit, and he's going to be tackled by Kanan Miller. Another penalty flag comes flying in from the far side judge.
He got him high. It didn't look like he had the face mask, but I think that's what they're going to call.
I think they're going to call horse collar, honestly. I don't know.
He got him high. I know that. Illegal block in the back.
Yeah, he hit him clean. That was a clean tackle.
Miller was there, and Kanan Miller made that tackle just about as clean as you can get. So a block in the back is going to march him back. Block in back for East Newton.
It's from where it was. So, Seth, it looks like they're setting up shop at about the 18-yard line, maybe 17, Coach?
18-yard line is where they got the ball spotted.
10-yard penalty. And it'd be first down and 10 at their 18.
You got to get an extra man over here.
Trips to the near side. Two receivers split out to the far side. So an empty set for Eichelberger.
Watch the quarterback run.
Eichelberger's going to take off and run on the design quarterback draw. And he's got Green. He's going to be tripped up by Blaze Graham from the safety position. And they've just got to watch that now. When they go empty, they're just going to let them press, get upfield, and let Eichelberger run.
Well, it's kind of like what Seneca does. You spread them out and just run and see if you can get a hat on a hat and get some good yardage.
14-yard run for Eichelberger on that carry. First down and 10.
When you go man under with the free safety, your linebackers are limited inside.
3-2 look for Seneca on defense. Going to send a man in motion. That's going to be Wolf. And it's going to be a run pass, and it's going to be wrapped up and taken down by Hagan, Ginger, and Roman Miller as Enlow didn't have any room. He was wanting a penalty flag, but there's not going to be anything called. That was just a good, clean play by Ginger to bust through the line, a loss of 2.
Yeah, Ginger was able to beat his block, and then Miller kind of came in and helped clean up the pieces. You got to watch over here. I was going to say, number 21, see if he actually comes off the field or not. Sometimes see if they can try and sneak him and stay over there.
Youngblood going to be split out to the near side with Wolf and number 17 for East Newton. That's Rosary. Trips to the near side, one receiver to the far side. Now they're going to send Wolf in motion. Going to be an even set. And it's going to be a little run pass off, and handoff's going to go to Inlow. Inlow's going to get wrapped up and taken down by Adams across the 35 to the 36. Miller there to help out as well.
Still third down and long here. It's amazing what happens when you can get them behind the chains.
It was almost like Eichelberger didn't want to give that ball to Inlow, and Inlow almost kind of ripped it out of his hand. I think he was holding on to that because he thought he had more this side, and this time he's going to say, I'm going to keep it on this RPO because I had more green than what you did. But you still got 6 yards on the carry.
Yeah.
Trips to the near side this time for East Newton. One receiver on the far side. Eichelberger going to look to pass, looking for the tunnel screen. It's going to be caught. No, incomplete. It goes over the hands of the intended target. That's Rosary, and it's going to make it 4th down and 6.
Yeah, they were looking for the slant over there. This far receiver, you get those other two to try and clear out and have the Seneca defender trying to fight through those two, and just a high throw, and Seneca able to force a 3-and-out, but you got to be careful and make sure that they actually punt the football.
I don't see anybody going back deep to receive this one. Seneca just keeping all their guys up front to watch for the fake. I believe they did fake it at one point during the season. They ran some sort of fake. 4th down and 6. Long 6, maybe 7 yards to go for East Newton. There's going to be a timeout on the field. It looks like Coach Ellis is going to talk this one over. We'll step aside for 30 seconds as well here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
KNEO would like to thank the Big Nickel for sponsoring this portion of broadcasting on 91.7 FM. The Big Nickel is an advertising shopper for thousands of different items, from automobiles and livestock to help wanted and real estate. It covers a 70-mile radius in the 4-state area and is available in area businesses each week. Located at 1931 East 20th Street, Suite 103 in Joplin, Missouri. Their telephone number is 417-624-4100.
4th down and a long 6.5 yards to go for East Newton. 8:21 to go here in the third quarter. Coach Ellis didn't like his setup out there, so he called the timeout to look at things over and talk things over. Now, if you're Seneca, you got to make sure every person is accounted for.
The other thing, too, that I noticed late, the play clock was down to 1, so I don't know if they were going to get the snap off.
Good heads-up play there, Ben. No bad back deep to receive for Seneca. Braxton Wolf on the up man looking over, talking to Coach Ellis. So you got to watch the fake because he looks like he's not doing anything in particular. And there's going to be a punt. It goes off the shin of Youngblood, so it's going to be a shorter punt. It's going to bounce down to 39 and roll out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Seneca will have a 1st down and 10 at 8:12 to go.
Nice play by Coach P there for East Newton. Coach Perkins helped out with our Neosho crew for the longest time. While we have a moment, keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, Twitter at KNEO917 Sports. Seneca softball in the Class 3 District 6 semis tomorrow morning against Nevada. 11 o'clock start time, 10:40 pregame show, audio only from Cassville.
Wolf's got to tie his shoes, and now he's lost something else on the ground. It looked like he had his gloves off for a second, and the referee's giving him time to tie his shoes and put his glove on.
Yeah.
Usually an equipment malfunction, you have to come out for a play. 2 receivers to the far side for Probert as he's in the quarterback position. And it's going to be a design quarterback sweep. Probert going to turn the corner. He's at the 40-yard line, makes a man miss at the 45, still on his feet at the 50, 45, and he's going to be tripped up and taken down out of bounds by Inlow across the 40-yard line. Good job on the quarterback sweep there.
And you say he made a guy miss. He ran into the back of his lineman, was the guy that he made miss, basically, and able to get a good run there for Probert. He is more than willing and able to be the quarterback, be the running back. He doesn't care as long as Seneca's winning. He'll do whatever it takes for Seneca.
24-yard pickup for Probert on that carry. Split back formation with Klaus in the backfield. 2 receivers on the near side. And it's going to be play action. Looking downfield, and he's got Probert open at the 20-yard line. Hauls it in at the 20, still on his feet at the 10, and he's going to be taken down inside the 10, down to about the 5-yard line. 1st down and 10. You said he just wants to do everything. He goes out for a pass on that play.
Well, you look at it there. He just sneaks out behind the linebackers. It's almost a similar play to what Hagan scored on his touchdown. able to sneak in behind the linebackers and in front of the safety, and it's 1st and goal for Seneca.
So a 31-yard pass completion to Probert from Klaus. Klaus going to hand it off to Probert right up the middle. He's going to run into the linebacker, diving forward. Now it's actually the safety, and they're going to say he's just short as he ran into Wolf, and he took 2 defenders down. They're both slow to get off the turf. Inlow and Wolf both slow to get off the turf after that run by Probert.
And he'll come out, but I think Seneca's going a little bit, I was going to say heavy, but they're going lighter here because you have Haynes and Harris coming in for Probert, and I think Jude King came out too.
Split out to the near side is Sherwood. Ginger in tight, trips to the near side. Ball is at about the 1-yard line. And it's going to be Klaus running it to the right. He's going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Caden Klaus as he takes it in from 1 yard out. And Seneca adds their lead.
Well, who'd they go behind? They went behind Hagen, Ginger.
Some guys.
And I think on the right side there it was also Pendergraft in there as well at the quick tackle. And an easy play into the end zone.
On to attempt the point after is Drew Sherwood. 7:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter. High snap, hauled in by Klaus. Low kick, but it goes through. 42-14 your score, 7:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Huddle Springs Church of Christ is bringing you today's ball game. They're a family-friendly church located just a few miles outside Seneca at 19306 Huddle Springs Road. With Sunday morning and evening worship services as well as midweek services on Wednesdays, check out HuddleSpringsChurchofChrist.org for more information about all the classes and fellowships they offer throughout the week. Huddle Springs Church of Christ, where they say, "We want to go to heaven with you."
Do you need a move of God in your life? Seneca Assembly of God is hosting revival services with Reverend Larry Willoughby from October 27th through the 30th. Come and experience God's presence on Sunday, October 27th at 10 a.m., October 28th and 29th at 7 p.m., and Wednesday, October 30th at 6:30 p.m. Join us at 2310 Cherokee Avenue in Seneca, where God is still performing miracles, healing hearts, and turning lives around through the power of the gospel. Don't miss your chance to be part of something life-changing at the 2024 Seneca Assembly of God Revival.
42-14 your score here at Don Johnson Stadium as Seneca's leading this one. Sherwood's going to kick this one away. So Seneca already 2 scores, 2 4-play drives here to start the second half. High end over end kick to Enlow is going to come up and field at about the 21-yard line, trying to get to the left side. Now he's going to try to cut back, and he's going to run right into the big grasp, a big bear hug from Connell Trueluck, and he takes him down at about the 34.
Seneca always seems to do a good job there on their kickoff team of pinning teams deep.
Seneca Indian football brought to you tonight by Langford Insurance, Dairy Queen of Seneca, First Community Bank, Happy Egg, and Seneca Assembly of God. Got it at the 33-yard line, 1st down and 10. That may be the 44.
No, that's the 33.
Trips to the near side for East Newton. 1 receiver to the far side. Eichelberger going to look to pass. He's going to go deep this time. He's got a man open, and he had to make an adjustment on the ball. He kind of got away with a little bit of push-off, and Sherwood had to turn back around. Sherwood didn't know it was there yet. And it's incomplete. Looking for the taller target down there, Virgil Rosary.
Yeah, those were just looked like 3 straight vert routes, and he picked who he wanted to go to.
So 2nd down and 10 coming up for East Newton. Ball at their own 33-yard line. And now watch for the quarterback draw because they got a lot of pressure upfield, had that deeper route, everybody vertical. Now watch for their little RPO action to get them a big chunk of yardage. Trips to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side. Eichelberger going to draw back to pass. He thought about pump fake. Ginger had him in his grasp. He's going to spin out of him. Kai Adams is going to take him down. They're going to finally blow that one dead. A big loss all the way back to the 24-yard line. Kai Adams was there. Jace Renfro was there. Roman Miller was there.
I think it's going to be 3rd down and about 20.
A good long way. They're going to say he got back to the 25. So a loss of 8 on the play, 3rd down and 18.
But again, Seneca getting them behind the chains here in the second half. They've made some adjustments.
Got to get all the way up to the 43.5-yard line for a 1st down.
Is that one more score Seneca needs for it to get to a fast clock?
Trips to the far side this time. One receiver split out to the near side. That's Moore. Sherwood covering him up. Eichelberger going to roll out to his left. Going to look back across field. Giving chase is Ginger. He's going to try to thread the needle there, trying to get it to Rosary, but it's going to be batted down by Tyrone Harris, and it's going to make it 4th down.
I mean, that was nowhere near a first down yardage anyways.
Well, he had Hagen Ginger in his back pocket coming after him, and he probably got hit after that one, and just looking for somebody to get downfield. He was going to be at the original line of scrimmage, so it's still going to be 4th down and 10 either way.
Yeah.
Good job by Ginger in pursuit because it was a rollout all the way.
Well, and I was going to say you had Miller there on the backside kind of chasing him too with a clean release.
It was good. It was a good play by Hagen because he didn't take him down out of bounds.
Blaze Graham back staying on his own 42-yard line. Now he's going to walk up to the 45. And Seneca bringing a little bit of pressure. Ginger almost able to get back there. Graham's going to retreat and field this at the 34. Got blockers in front of him. He's at the 40, 45, 50. Taking defenders with him. He's going to be finally stopped by Wolf and a host of Patriots at the 48-yard line. Be 1st down and 10 Seneca at that spot.
Make sure you stay tuned after tonight's game for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Also, check out our live scoreboard during the game. Go to kneo.org/sports. Click on the scoreboard link to get the latest scores from games around the area as they're happening, and there are some interesting scores in the 4 states area that we'll talk about later.
Ooh, Ben leaving us with a teaser there. Thank you, Ben. 2 receivers on the near side. Klaus, handoff, Miller. Miller's going to dance around a little bit. He's at the 40-yard line, sidestepping defenders left and right, then stretching out, reaching out. He's got enough for the 1st down to the 32-yard line. Good run there by Miller. 1st down and 10. 16-yard pickup for the junior running back.
It's one of those things where you're just putting a hat on a hat, and then he's able to make one guy miss and get a good chunk of yardage. And Seneca, with all the struggles they've had defensively, they've kind of been rolling offensively still.
Roman Miller going to go to the far side. An empty set now for the Indians. Trips to the near side.
Quarterback draw.
Klaus going to send Harris in motion. And it's going to be a fake to him. He's going to look to throw. He's going back to the backside. Blaze Graham wide open at the 12-yard line. Still on his feet. Got 1 man in a beat. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Blaze Graham on the 32-yard passing strike from Klaus.
You know, look at it here on the replay, and he just got a free release, and I think the linebacker forgot about him, and the safety didn't get over there either.
Well, they went 4 verts that time. They had Hagen running down the side over here. They had 4 verts on this side, bringing the safety over to Hagen. Blaze Graham, nobody even paid attention to him.
Drew Sherwood on to attempt the point after try for the Indians. Good snap, good hold. Kick is going to go up, and it is good. 5:07 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Seneca leading 49-14 on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
A proud backer of the Seneca Indians is Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca. Located at 1101 Cherokee, they are honored to serve the area with traditional service options, including church and graveside services. They also have prearranged funeral plans. For more information, the phone number for Funeral Director Mike Steele at Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home of Seneca is 417-776-2251 or online campbell-biddlecomefh.com.
Cedar Lane Farm and Garden at 143 Cherokee Avenue in Seneca is your local feed dealer and a supporter of Seneca Indian sports. Offering vet, livestock, and pet products, Cedar Lane also carries a full line of farm and garden supplies. For more information, contact Cedar Farm and Garden on Cherokee Avenue in Seneca today. The number is 417-776-8231. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. through 2 p.m. for your convenience. Go Indians!
Drew Sherwood's going to kick this one away for the Indians. Back deep to receive Enlow, Wolf, and Rosary. Waiting the go-ahead from the referee. And it's going to be a high and over-end kick that Enlow's going to field at about the 18-yard line. And coming up to make the play, almost getting a hold of him, was Kai Adams, I believe. And that was a good job by the Seneca kickoff team. That'd be Tyrone Harris coming downfield. Almost got a hold of him. Either way, it's going to be 1st down and 10 for East Newton at about their 26-yard line.
Community Bank and Trust, proudly serving our customers for the past 140 years. You may visit their branch at 1102 South Cherokee for all your banking needs. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender, proud sponsor of the Seneca Indians.
Game brought to you tonight by People's Bank of Seneca, Crowder College, Pearlwood Maintenance Center, Seneca School District, and Lost Creek Wireless. First down and 10 for East Newton. Ball at their own 27-yard line. Looks like East Newton may have subbed out here.
Yeah, new quarterback.
New quarterback. I don't see a lot of the players in there that play on Friday night for East Newton at this point.
Reinhardt's the quarterback.
Quick throw out to the outside, and it's going to be spun down, taken to the turf by Tyrone Harris. I don't see Eichelberger. Eichelberger's on the sideline. Looks like most of the starting offensive line is on the sideline. Wolf is checked out as well. And so that's going to be a completed pass.
For no gain. 2nd and 10.
So number 7 checking in, as you said, was Reinhardt for East Newton.
You do have the running clock here now that Seneca up by 35.
And that ball was caught by Larson, number 16. 2nd down and 10. I imagine Seneca will be subbing out too shortly. Reinhardt going to look to pass. He's going to look for the deep ball. That ball is going to be batted down by Hunter Haynes and make it 3rd down and 10. Good job by Haynes to get his hand up there and knock that one free.
Yeah, just one-on-one coverage, and he did a good job of batting it down there at the last second.
3rd down coming up for East Newton.
You may see, if Seneca can get a 3-and-out here, you may see some number 2s on offense.
They've already got their number 2s out there on offense, and Seneca's keeping their number 1s out there. Imagine some subs will be coming out after this series for sure. Twins now for East Newton. Reinhardt going to send a man in motion. And he's going to look for the quick slant. That's going to be in and out of the hands of Sherwood. He was going to pick that one off, going to make it 4th down and 10.
Yeah, he read that one the entire way, and they're going to punt the football here. And Graham will go back. You got your main punt unit in there, punt return unit for Seneca. And then, like we said, you probably got a feeling that this offensive possession that Seneca will bring in their 2s, which would be Probert probably Laughlin at quarterback.
Probably see Laughlin and Ball, maybe Haynes in the backfield on this next series. Back deep to receive Blaze Graham, standing on his own 36-yard line. Youngblood's going to punt this one away. Braxton Wolf checks back in. He's the up man. And Seneca not sending a whole lot of pressure downfield, and Graham's going to let that one bounce. And he's going to bounce it into his hands at the 42-yard line. He's going to spin out of contact. Enlows checks back in on the punt team. He's going to spin him down and take him down at the 42. And 1st down 10 with 1:53 to go.
And you are seeing your 2s in, Seth.
So all the 2's going to come in here. Forward progress for Graham is up to the 43-yard line. And one or two plays here to start the 3rd quarter, and we'll go into the 4th. Game brought to you tonight by Newmac Electric, Prater's Pharmacy, Seneca Church of Christ, Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, Christian Healthcare Ministries, Campbell Biddlecombe Funeral Home, the Big Nickel, Missouri Southern State University, Marine Center Incorporated, and Community Bank and Trust.
Probert is in at quarterback for the Indians. Seneca was missing a lineman.
Landon Hughes, number 71, freshman, checking in.
Missing 2 linemen, apparently.
2 linemen, apparently, yes. Probert in at quarterback. And it's going to be a handoff to Silas Ball. Makes the first man miss at the 45-yard line. Still on his feet at the 50. Taking defenders with him. Silas Ball keeping his feet, turning across midfield down to the 47-yard line. He goes. He may have enough for a 1st down.
I was going to see it's right at that 1st down yardage.
See where they spot the progress. Like the guy at the 48.
I think they're calling it 2nd and inches here, Seth.
So 48-yard line, 2nd down and 1. Good run there by Silas Ball. Probert still in at quarterback. Handoff's going to go to Ball again. Going to make one man miss. Still on his feet at the 40-yard line. Taking defenders with him once again. Finally, he's going to be stopped after a gain. Down across the 37-yard line, I believe.
And Seneca does not have to snap it again here if they don't want to in the quarter.
I don't want to. Do you want to, Ben? That's
no,
the question.
I don't want to. I want us to go to the 4th quarter. And I think that's what Seneca's doing here, Seth. They're going back to the huddle.
So you got Landon Hughes out there, number 71, 67, Journey Williams. So Hughes is a freshman out there playing big, quick, or strong guard. That's what they call him. Sorry, strong guard. That's going to do it for 3 quarters of play. We go to the 4th. Seneca leading 49-14 here on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is Better Health, Better You.
The staff at Mid-America Specialty Markets, along with Jamie and Terry Langford, are proud to serve our community and support the local high school students in their extracurricular activities this school year. Langford Insurance specializes in life, agribusiness, commercial, and personal insurance needs. Please stop by and see us at our office at 908 Washington Avenue or call us at 417-776-LIFE or visit us at midaminsurance.com.
First down 10 for Seneca as Brant Laughlin's going to check in and take this one up the field across the 30-yard line down to the 26-yard line. First down and 10 for right short of it, actually.
I was going to say it may be a yard short here again.
Down to the 26-yard line. East Newton will be hosting at McDonald County next week. Seneca will be at home for senior night.
And they did give him a first down, Seth, so this is a 10-yard gain.
So they got him a 10. Okay. Ball's at the 26. I know that for sure. Laughlin in at quarterback now. Handoff's going to go to Silas Ball to the left side. He's got blockers in front with Kanan Miller just driving defenders downfield as ball is going to bounce to the outside at the 5-yard line, staying on his feet, reaching out, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Seneca Indians. Touchdown, Silas Ball, as he just took defenders left and right as he watched the replay there. Kanan Miller opening it up, taking the defenders downfield, 2 or 3 guys with him, and Ball just bouncing it out to the left side, and he takes it in from 26 yards for the touchdown.
Good job, like you said there, by Ball. It's always fun when the bomb squad gets in and is able to get a score or two. And Seneca going for 2 here, Seth. As Laughlin going to take the snap and give it to Ball.
Ball's going to bounce to the left side. He's in for the 2-point conversion, 57-14 your score, 11-13 to go here in the fourth quarter on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Neosho Area Chamber of Commerce is an organization that exists to make Southwest Missouri a better place to live. That is why they are proud supporters of high school athletics. They understand that the life lessons learned from sporting competition teaches responsibility and discipline and makes our student athletes better citizens for tomorrow. Learn more about local area events online at neoshocc.com. Proud supporters of local school athletics.
I've seen First Community Bank all over, but then to take my stuff to some people that didn't really know me and took a chance, that spoke volume.
I'll always be grateful to First Community and that whole team over at Harrison that helped get me started.
Anytime I need anything, just a phone call away. We're really proud to be with First Community Bank.
And we welcome you back to Don Johnson Stadium. Silas Ball taking it in from 26 yards out for the Indians and the 2-point conversion for him.
And I think you got Jagger Wilson kicking off here, Seth, instead of Sherwood.
It's going to be a low end over and kick that's going to be fielded at about the 20-yard line by the return man from East Newton. He's across the 35 and going to be tackled down about the 42. On the return for East Newton was number 20, Tristan Nooney. I had to wait for the pronunciation on that one. I wasn't certain. I had to wait for the public address guy to tell us what who that was.
But now you're seeing 2s in for both teams here, Seth, as number 74 for Seneca. He has a big drink of water.
That would be Gentry Barnes.
He takes up a lot of space in there. I know that.
First down and 10 for East Newton. Handout's going to go to number 20, the one that just returned the kickoff. That is going to be Nooney.
No gain.
Running out of space on the Excel spreadsheet. So many players getting the ball.
Yeah, they said that he got back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Seneca ends the regular season at home against Lamar. Chance to get an outright Big 8 title with a win. They've clinched at least a share of that with the win tonight.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side this time for Reinhardt. Reinhardt's going to drop back to pass. looking for the deep ball. He's got a man open. He's going to haul it in at the 35-yard line, still on his feet, trying to spin out of contact. Can be finally brought down by number 1, Ryder Owens. Coming up to help out also is Jude King. That's a big pass completion there.
And got spun around there, did the defender, and couldn't find the football.
All the way down to the 26-yard line. 31-yard pickup. I didn't see who the one that caught the ball was.
Daryl, did you see who
21. Number 21.
21, thank you, Coach. On that far sideline, it was hard to see. But he got a big chunk of change there, 31 yards on that pass completion. Reinhardt going to look to throw. Now he's going to take off and run. He makes a stutter step, and he falls down. He saw number 60 for the Indians coming up to make the play. Jeffrey Todd was ready to take care of him.
He tried to juke him out of his feet, and he juked himself out of his own feet.
Himself out of his own feet. You're exactly right, Ben. A 1-yard pickup for Reinhardt, 2nd down and 9.
He had a lot of green grass in there, too. It's those one-on-one open field tackles, and he kind of faked himself out. East Newton and Mack County, that should be a good game next week. Both those teams will be looking for their 3rd win of the season, and both teams will have district implications on the line for that one.
Trips to the near side. Reinert's going to look to throw. Defender falls down, and he's going to try to get to the outside. Now he's going to reverse fields once again. Still on his feet, and he's going to go into the end zone for the score. Brant Laughlin tried to take him down. He was unable to do so as he slipped. That's Ethan Bales. Bales was in there taking varsity reps. So the sophomore from East Newton scores from 25 yards out.
We'll see if they go for 1 or 2 here. Seneca, the most amount of points they've given up in a ball game this year has been 21, and that was last week against Mack County.
So Bales hauls that one, and he has 2 receptions tonight for 56 yards. Waiting the point after try as Youngblood's going to march out onto the field. It looks like Eichelberger's going to hold for him, so they bring their 1s back out for the point after try.
Well, when you're a small school like this, that may be your only PAT unit.
High snap, and kick is good. 8:18 to go here in the 4th quarter. Seneca leading 57-21 on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
My dad was a quiet man and not very open about his feelings or emotions. I was fairly sure that he loved me, but I questioned if he really liked me. At his funeral, I was shocked when his coworkers said he was proud of me and told them about me. How different might our relationship have been if he was able to tell me that himself? Do you wonder if God's like that? You think he loves you because he has to, but surely he's tired of your mistakes. That's a lie Satan wants you to believe. God's love for you never changes based on your mistakes. You don't have to wonder if he loves you, because he took all your sin and endured a brutal death to pay that price for you. He offers you perfect love and total forgiveness. If you want to learn how to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, then just call or text us at 888-NEED-HIM or chat with us online at chataboutjesus.com. You don't ever again have to wonder if God loves you.
8:18 to go here in the 4th quarter. Seneca leading 57-21. Game brought to you tonight by 4 State Sports Report. Missouri Farm Bureau agent Josh Dotson, Gas and Snack, Neosho Chamber of Commerce, and Hoddle Springs Church of Christ. On to tee this one up for East Newton's number 7, Fredo Clymer. Clymer's going to kick this one deep to Harris at the 24-yard line. Harris is going to dance around a little bit, trying to get to the left side. He's going to be brought down across the 35 to the 37. Seneca have it 1st down and 10 at that spot.
I think you'll see Seneca's Toost come back in on offense as Laughlin looks like he'll stay at quarterback.
Well, if you get down to freshman, Clay Davidson is the quarterback for the freshman team, the C team, or however you want to describe that. He's the freshman quarterback. 2 receivers split out to the near side this time for Laughlin. Laughlin away in the snap, and it's going to be a handoff. No, it's going to be Laughlin running to the left side. And Miller had his guy blocked to the outside, and Laughlin ran to the outside. He got slammed down to the turf hard. And it's going to make it 2nd down. Got it up to the 39-yard line. 2nd down and 8. Pickup of 2 for Laughlin on that carry. After this play, we'll tell you who the game's brought to you by. Silas Ball going to take it to the left side. He's going to get behind Kanan Miller's block. He's going to get up to the 40-yard line. And just a gain of 1 for ball on that carry. Game brought to you tonight by Southwest Missouri Bank, Neosho Daily News, Doug's Body Works, Prairie Top Chiropractic, and Cedar Lane Farm and Feed.
3rd down and kind of long here for Seneca. What would you do if you were Coach Hilburn here, Seth?
If I was Coach Hilburn, I would do
you just
whatever.
continue to run the ball?
Just keep running the ball.
And it is a straight run for Laughlin.
Quarterback sweep to the left side. Laughlin's going to run into some contact at 43-yard line. Going to dive forward, try to get to the 44. He's going to be short of the first down, so he'll get the ball back to East Newton, more than likely on a punt. We saw East Newton score quickly on their last possession, even with the running clock.
Seth, that looks like the Seneca offense is still on the field, so they may be trying to go for it here unless Laughlin does a pooch kick.
4th down and 3 coming up for the Indians. 2 receivers to the near side. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper up the middle. He's at the 45-yard line, still on his feet, the 50. Laughlin taking off, trying to get downfield. He's got enough for the first down, all the way across to the 44. 1st down and 10 for Seneca.
Seneca decided that they wanted to keep the football, just try and keep the clock winding here and keep the possession.
12-yard pickup for the sophomore quarterback. Under 6 minutes to go here in this one. Seneca just trying to get the clock to wind for that 3rd quarter. Took a long time. Of course, Seneca put a lot of points on the board in that 3rd quarter.
Yeah, it was 28-14 at halftime.
And the ball's on the ground, and Laughlin's just going to cover it up. They were looking for the jet sweep to Jagger, then looking like maybe they were going to hand it off to Ball, but ball goes on the ground, and Laughlin has to recover for a loss of 2 yards and the play back to the 46.
That was a good job there by Laughlin to make sure he got on the football.
2nd down and 12 for the Indians.
Everett at the Neosho Daily News. Wish the Seneca Indians good luck.
2nd down and 12, 5:07 to go. Handoff's going to go to Ball, left side. Lowers his shoulder at the 42, runs over the defender, still on his feet, and is going to be spun down to the grass at the 40.
If you want to call it that.
Yes.
Grass.
That's a good chunk of yardage there for Ball. Ball's been running hard since he's come in the game. Makes it 3rd down and manageable here for Seneca.
He may not be the fastest running back we've seen, but he is tough, head down, shoulder down running.
5-yard pickup for Silas on that carry. 2 receivers to the near side for Laughlin. Handoff's going to go. No, it's going to be Laughlin run to the left side on the simple quarterback counter. Makes a jute move at the 35-yard line, still on his feet. And he's going to be brought down about the 33, 34-yard line, enough to get another 1st down for the Indians.
You know, Coach Hilburn always talks about how he wants to, try and grind out a drive. I don't know if he meant the second team, but the second team is doing a good job of grinding out a drive here.
Would like this drive to last about 4 more minutes.
Well, they're averaging about 15 to 20 seconds of play, so a couple more 1st downs and they'll have it. Silas Ball going to take the handoff. He's going to run into the linebacker for East Newton, and he's going to take him on his back, give him a little bit of a ride down and across the 30 to the 28-yard line. Pickup of 6 for Ball, yards after contact, huge for that sophomore running back.
And it doesn't seem to matter who the ball carrier is for Seneca. They never go down on first contact.
Seneca just taking their time getting up to the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 4 for the Indians. Going to send Jagger Wilson in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep to Jagger. Jagger's going to make a cut at the 32-yard line, still on his feet across the 25. Down the sideline he goes, making defenders miss left and right into the end zone. Touchdown, Jagger Wilson. Touchdown, Seneca Indians, as he takes it in from 28 yards out.
He did a good job zipping and zagging the entire way. It looked like he was going to get stopped a couple different times, able to break out of a couple of tackles and find his way into the end zone.
Oh, he was juking in and jiving. I thought there for a second he split in 2 and went around the guy, and then came back together.
Well, I was going to ask Coach if you were down there dancing with him, because he was all over the place. Handoff's going to go to Ball. He's going to run right into the linebacker, so 2-point conversion is no good. 3:16 to go here in the 4th quarter. Seneca leading 63-21 on the KNO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report will provide up-to-the-minute scores and highlights from around the 4 states. With ultimate local coverage from all your favorite teams. The Roper Kia 4-State Sports Report, weeknights at 6 and 10 p.m.
Happy Egg supports the family farmer because they've seen the difference a choice like this can make. Now you can grow for Happy Egg and choose to raise hens the right way, the happy way. When you grow for Happy Egg, you're growing for a family-owned and operated business. You're raising happy hens on 10-plus acres who will lay happy eggs. You're working for yourself. As a Happy Egg grower, you'll receive new flock cost support and yield-based compensation. Visit happyegg.com/grower to apply today.
And we welcome you back here at Don Johnson Stadium. 3:16 left on the clock. Jagger Wilson's going to kick this one. And it's going to be fitted at about the 20-yard line by the East Newton Patriot player. And he's going to be almost stopped there. Good job by the Seneca defender to hold on to his leg because he looked like he was going to break free of that tackle. Making the stop for the Indians.
25.
25, thank you, Coach. 25, Jackson French coming up and make that stop. Good job by that young man to hold on and make sure the defender didn't go anywhere after he had the contact with him.
He looked like he's on a wrestling mat shooting low for a two-legged takedown, but he got one leg and he hung on.
Keep up on the latest Seneca broadcast ball game schedule. Be sure to like us on Facebook, facebook.com/KNEO Radio. Follow us on X, Twitter, KNEO 917 Sports, Seneca Softball, the Class 3 District 6 semifinals tomorrow morning in Cassville against number 1 Nevada, 11 o'clock start time here on the KNEO Sports Network.
Reinhardt going to send a man in motion. That's number 22, Ledbetter.
Reverse.
Reverse now to number 21, Bales. Bales going to come up, and Jagger Wilson's going to wrap him up and take him down. Actually, for a loss of the game on the play, Bales had to run about 55 yards, and he lost one.
That was a good job. I think that was number 29 that had contained for Seneca. I don't have the name. It looked like Aiden Crane there. He was doing a good job of forcing him to go even further outside, got held on the jersey a little bit, forced him further outside, and Jagger Wilson made the stop.
So Bales lost a yard on the end around. 1:50 to go here in this one. Twins now for Reinhardt. Going to send a man in motion. Reinhardt's going to throw the quick screen, and it's going to be almost intercepted. It's going off the hands of the defender, number 38 for the Indian, Stone Euler, coming up to knock that one free. Going to make it third down.
The nice thing with the running clock is it doesn't stop on an incompletion.
1:22 to go here in this one. Again, that third quarter just seemed like it took forever. Started out the season, we had some quicker games finishing up, at 9 o'clock. Now we're going to be 9:30ish before we wrap this one up here on the field.
You think about it, some of those games we had the whole fast clock the whole third quarter, whereas tonight we didn't get that till about the 5-minute mark of the third quarter.
Trips to the far side this time for Reinhardt. Going to drop back to pass, looking for the deep ball, and that's going to be incomplete, almost intercepted by Laughlin. He come up to make the play, and it's going to make it fourth down, probably one more play as they'll have time to run.
Yeah, that one was one where it was just thrown up in the air and saying who's going to try and catch it. And Seneca almost came away with what would have been their first turnover of the night. No turnovers by either team unless you count the muffed onside kick.
Fourth down and 11. East Newton's got to run one more play, whether it be a punt or a pass. It doesn't matter. It's just got to be one more play. Twins for Reinhardt in the Patriots offense. Reinhardt going to be flushed out of the pocket. Now he's going to heave a long ball downfield. And that ball is going to be almost intercepted by Laughlin. And then Laughlin runs into his own guy. I believe that's Finley on the far side. And that'll do it for the game here at Don Johnson Stadium. Seneca wins this one 63-21. We're back with the postgame show after this.
Stressed out? Life's cares and worries mixed with an overloaded schedule can often lead to chaos, frustration, anxiety. Would you like to experience peace in your life? The Bible talks quite often about peace. Peace with God, peace with your fellow man, and peace within your heart. True peace begins with a relationship with God. The Bible says we have peace with God through Jesus Christ our Lord. Jesus' death on the cross bridged the gap between holy God and sinful man. The ultimate peace comes from knowing that we're completely loved by God and our sins are forgiven through faith in Christ. Perhaps you'd like to meet the author of peace. If you'd like to speak to someone about Jesus, the Prince of Peace, Call 888-NEED-HIM. That's 888-NEED-HIM. Or chat with us at chataboutjesus.com.
People's Bank of Seneca. We care about your journey every step of the way. Since 1996, visit us in Joplin, Neosho, or Seneca. PeoplesBankOfSeneca.com. Member FDIC. Proud sponsor of area athletics. Let's score big together.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized, and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Prater's Pharmacy in Seneca is a proud supporter of the Seneca Indians. The pharmacy is open from 9 to 5:30 Monday through Friday and from 9 to 1 on Saturday. They offer an automatic refill program and internet refill service online at praterspharmacy.com and through their mobile apps. They also have a drive-through window. Prater's Pharmacy at 1711 Cherokee in Seneca, 417-776-8701. Go Indians!
A proud supporter of local high school athletics is Numac Electric. Serving Newton and McDonald County, they provide power for area homes and businesses and want to wish all the athletes much success throughout the season. For online bill pay and account information, the website is numac.com or 417-451-1515. Numac Electric, proudly serving Newton and McDonald County, where their slogan is your touchstone energy partner.
The Seneca R7 School District is proud to support the student athletes and coaches competing in this game. High school activities help students learn life values such as hard work, dedication, and teamwork. The Seneca R7 School District is honored to serve such a great community and wants to thank all the Indian fans for their great support. The Seneca R7 School District. Tradition, pride, class.
At ProLube Tire and Auto Center, we know what it means to rely on your vehicle. We race all year and know how to get that extra inch out of every part. Precision, quality, and reliability are not just words to us. It's what we do every day. We know you rely on your vehicle to perform for your family. From oil changes to full-on repairs, ProLube gives you the best racetrack team experience, so you can be worry-free.
ProLube Tire and Auto Center, where we get it right on the road and the track.
Seneca Indian Athletics is sponsored by Prairie Top Chiropractic. Located at 4556 Quince Road in Seneca, chiropractic physician Seth Wilson offers chiropractic services to Seneca and the surrounding areas. For appointment information, their phone number is 417-776-4556 or discover more at facebook.com/Prairie Top Chiropractic. Prairie Top Chiropractic, where their slogan is better health, better you.
Welcome back to Don Johnson Stadium here in the postgame show. Your postgame show sponsors tonight, Crowder College and the Seneca School District. We're going to send it down the field. He's got Drew Sherwood, Nolan Napier, and Hagen Ginger down there. Go ahead, Coach.
Hey, Drew, I want to talk to you tonight. Good job on defense covering those wide receivers out there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, they're pretty quick and fast. They're good.
Yes, sir. I just got prepared for them.
I'd say you did a good job getting prepared for them. And another thing you do has really helped this team out. Extra points. I mean, it's late last year when you start kicking them. Now you're kicking them all year, and you've done a great job.
Yes, sir. Coach Durb and the team have been preparing me for that. And plays a big part in our team.
Been doing a lot of good kicking when there hadn't been a whole lot of good snaps either.
Yes, sir. And just trust the process.
It looked like to me you kicked a couple of them out of Caden Klaus's hands. Didn't even get on the tee. I'm not for sure about that.
I'm just glad Caden's there. He's the best, I think.
All right, Drew. Glad to talk to you. We're going to let you go now. All right, we'll talk to the defensive ends, guys. They came out with the spread this way, Hagen. Nobody wants to look at your rump. They're laughing at me upstairs. Hey, two defensive ends, they come out in the spread all the time. They look like to me that's what they was trying to do is throw the football. Look like you guys got some good pressure back there in the back.
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. I think we prepared a lot of passes this week, and having the Monette game really helped with that.
It looked like you get in that little wing when the coach sends it in, to get wide and run from the outside. I mean, and also you didn't lose contain too much when you ran them down pretty good.
Yeah, those guys were big. I just ran right by them. I think Nolan did too. We got way outside and just went as fast as we could right at the quarterback.
Well, he looked like he put some pressure and looked like he didn't have much time to set up and throw. Was that the game plan tonight?
It was. We knew he was a mobile quarterback, so we'd have to do a lot of contain. So, yeah.
And left-handed, where he likes to roll left, was that something you worked on all week?
Yeah, just all props to the D-backs putting in coverage, giving me and Nolan time to get back there.
It all comes together. Guys, we're going to send it back to you.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. You heard from Drew Sherwood, Nolan Napier, and Hagen Ginger tonight. We're going to take a quick break. We come back, we'll have the head coach of the Seneca Indians, Coach Cody Hilburn, right after this.
Proudly supporting the Seneca Indians is Doug's Body Works. Owned and operated by Doug Scribner, they offer a 24-hour wrecker service and specialize in auto body and frame repair. Doug's Body Works is located at 1008 Oneida in Seneca and is proud to serve the local area. 417-776-8611. Go Indians!
Singing is my career and my calling, but I'm also a mother of 4.
And as entrepreneurs, we weigh the cost of every decision.
Medical bills are no longer a worry for our family, so I can focus on my calling.
And our family.
Joining Christian Healthcare Ministries was one of the best decisions we ever made. We're the Blair family, and this is our CHM story.
Choose your doctor without network restrictions, all at an affordable price. Enroll anytime at chministries.org/enroll.
Welcome back to Don Johnson Stadium here tonight in Granby, Missouri. I'm joined by the head coach of the Seneca Indians, Coach Cody Hilburn. Congratulations, another win tonight. First half didn't probably start out the way you guys wanted to, but you guys are able to pull it out in the second half and get a nice victory.
Yeah, a little adversity is at the moment, and still yet I probably don't like it. But tomorrow I'll probably wake up and be a little bit glad that we had to go through some adversity and have some tough conversations at halftime a little bit about if we were happy with the product we were putting on the field, but. First, credit to East Newton. I think they got some tremendous players. They got some players that can go and do some special stuff. That quarterback does some good stuff, and they had a good game plan coming in for us defensively and executed really well in the first half.
Yeah, he came out in the first play, started out just right downfield, taking a shot downfield. A great play by the defender. Something we talked about. We'd seen a lot over the games for East Newton, a lot of turnovers, and they didn't have one turnover tonight against us, which is kind of something we've been able to do. The ball was being put right on the money, right there for only receivers to make a play.
Yeah, he's done that all year. We had some opportunities to get a safety over the top and maybe get an interception. We didn't do it, and that's 2 weeks in a row that we haven't forced one. And we were really good early in the season and getting a lot of turnovers, so it's something we definitely have to address.
When we talked about last week, a lot of your drives last week in the game against McDonald County, 4, 3, 2, 1 play drives, had similar type of effect here in the second half for sure. First half, not a play going in a drive going in the double digits. What's really led to the success of you guys having such explosive plays on the offensive side of the ball?
We knew that was a team that was going to play us one high tonight. That's who they are, even versus one back. And so we need to be able to do what we did tonight when we get that box. And we got single high safety. And we have some really good receivers. Our quarterback, Caden Klaus, is doing a tremendous job at improving his passing game. He did all the little things that goes into our play action game, with being crafty at the quarterback position and the mesh at selling that, and then moving the safety with his eyes. He did all that little stuff tonight, and that's some stuff that doesn't show up all the time, and he's doing a really good job of that.
Yeah, several times tonight we saw just receivers wide open. You talk about Klaus doing stuff exactly right. One point you sent Harrison motion, Graham's wide open. Another play, you had everybody else going the other way, and you had Ginger coming back on the backside. He was wide open, so good job by him to be able to just figure out where his guys are supposed to be at and put the ball right on the money.
Yeah, that's a lot of those plays were different plays this week. Those were game plan plays that we hadn't ran yet. To put them in and run them for 3 days and then come out and execute them, that's a credit to our kids.
And something, again, we haven't hit on a whole lot tonight, but some of the high snaps we had tonight during the point after tries, Klaus able to get a hold of those things. At one point, Coach Harbaugh said, I'm not even sure he got the ball on the block. It may look like he kicked it right out of Klaus's hand, but Sherwood did a good job tonight putting it through the uprights every time.
Yeah, we were without Lane Scribner, which is our short snapper, and so Roman Miller is filling in there, and he's doing a good job, but you debate, do you want to go for 2 tonight? But we want to get Drew out there and keep him going because he's doing a really good job. But you're right, Caden Klaus, there was a couple that I don't know how he got down on the tee and got it down just in time, and then Drew maintained his focus and knocked it through.
Something that a lot of people were messaging me about was the penalties in the first half. There were 6 overall personal foul penalties in the first half. Some of those coming from your guys. Is it something that, okay, it happened, let's move on past that, or something you've kind of addressed? Because we talked about in our coaches show, you mentioned, hey, guys, if it's something that's going to come, it's going to come, you'll find yourself on the sideline with me or something like that.
Yeah, I think all but one was retaliation, and you can't do it. And we're going to get everybody's best effort, and I get it. Like, there's a couple times that we had some guys protecting our kids, and I want that. But we got to do it the right way. We can't get penalized. We took time. I took time and watched every one of them at halftime to determine, what direction I want to go in the second half, and that's where I spent my time, because we're going to play the game the right way. I can promise you that, and we'll address it and get it cleaned up.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. We'll let you go tonight. Congratulations on another victory. We'll see you at home next week against Lamar.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, we'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Canio and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca is the place to go before or after the game. Check out their amazing menu of fan-favorite blizzards like Oreo or cookie dough. Happy hour is daily from 2 to 5 p.m. That means everything you can drink from a straw is half price, excluding premium shakes. Don't forget to grab one of their $7 meal deals or their signature stack burgers and top it off with a Misty Slush. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Seneca, located at 308 Washington, open daily from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Proud to support the Seneca Indians.
I am a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm here to talk about life, your dreams, your work, your family, and how you can protect it all with a company that will talk to you with the honesty of a farmer and take care of you with the integrity of a neighbor. I'll make sure no detail is left uncovered so your family can breathe easy. Because just like you, I chose to build a life in Missouri too. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and I'm from Missouri for life.
I am Josh Dotson with Missouri Farm Bureau Insurance Services. If you're in Missouri, I'm for you.
Locally owned, operated, and here for you. Check out the new face of the Neosho Daily News, covering Newton County, highlighting area residents, businesses, school news, sports, and more. Find us on Facebook at Neosho Daily News or call 417-451-1520. Go get 'em, Indians!
And we welcome you back to Don Johnson Stadium. Your postgame show sponsors Crowder College and the Seneca School District. Looking at stats real quick, we'll start with East Newton first. It looked like Eichelberger completed about 8 passes maybe out of 19 for 86 yards. Reinhardt completed 2 passes out of 7 for 56 yards. Eichelberger on the ground, 16 carries for 28 yards. A lot of those being sacks, probably 5 or 6 of those being sacks tonight. Enlow had 12 carries for 109 yards. And then you had some other players coming in. Wolf had 3 receptions for 52 yards, so you knew that it was going to be the big target for them. First play of the night was 39-yarder to Wolf down the sideline, or 38-yarder down the sideline. That's where they start out. You thought, oh, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a track meet, but Seneca kind of settled things down on offense or defense after that.
Yeah, you think about it. East Newton scored first, and then Seneca was able to rattle off 28 straight points before East Newton scored before halftime to make it 28-14.
Looking for the Indians tonight, Probert was 1 of 1 for 29 yards. Klaus was 5 of 6 for 115 yards targeted tonight. Harris had 1 reception for 18. Kai Adams had 2 for – no, I put that on the wrong person. Kai Adams had 1 for 4 yards. Blaze Graham had 1 for 32 yards. And then Hagen Ginger had 1 for 30 yards. Sherwood had 1 for 29 yards. And Probert had 1 for 30 yards. On the ground tonight for the Indians, Roman Miller, 12 carries, 169 yards. Probert had 4 carries for 36 yards. Klaus had 10 carries for 162 yards. 5 carries for Laughlin at 29 yards. And Silas Ball had 8 carries for 59 yards. And then Jagger Wilson had 1 carry for 28 yards and a score.
You think about this Seneca offense and just how rolling they've really been all year long, Seth. The least amount of points they've scored in a game is 35, and that was week 2 against Mount Vernon. You don't really want to get into track meets with other teams, but this Seneca team has proven that they can play and beat anybody that they've played so far here this year, and they will go for an outright Big 8 title next week. They've clinched at least a share. They have the head-to-head win over Nevada, who won over Mount Vernon tonight.
Oh, man, Ben, come on. Now, you're supposed to save that for the final drive scoreboard
Well, we'll
show.
go over that again in the scoreboard show, but Nevada is done with their Big 8 slate, so their one loss was to Seneca, so the best they can hope for is for Lamar to beat Seneca next week and share that title.
Second half, time of possession for the Indians, 11:04, 23 plays, 293 yards. For East Newton, 12:56, 66 yards, 18 plays. Total for tonight for the Indians, 44 plays. Drive chart yardage is 623, but I'll tell you the actual total of that in just a second. For East Newton, 47 plays, 283 for 29:15 time of possession. For your Indians on the ground tonight, 458 yards rushing, 144 yards passing, 602 total yards of offense tonight for the Indians. Just phenomenal output for the Indians offense. We're going to take a break. We come back. We'll have the final drive scoreboard show sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
Welcome to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider for over 20 area high schools and colleges. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or therapists can help you get back in the game. Now, let's go back live to the stadium for the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network.
And welcome into the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Run through your Big 8 conference tonight. Cassville over Monette, 41-24. So Cassville able to hold Monette under 30 points tonight and able to put up 41. That's a big number for Cassville tonight. East Newton, Seneca, again, your final score here, 63-21 in favor of your Indians. Lamar shutting out Aurora tonight, 35-0. And again, Ben kind of alluded to it. Nevada upsetting, or not say upsetting, but beating Mount Vernon tonight, 55-42 in that track meet. 97 points being scored in that one tonight. And McDonald County over Central, 42-0.
That is just nuts. 97 points in a game. In the COC, Lebanon is over Glendale 49-21 in the fourth quarter. Last check, Joplin had a 35-0 lead over Willard. Kickapoo has a 35-14 lead over Waynesville. I'm sure this game is over by now, but Nixa had a 34-3 lead at the half against Ozark. Republic blanks Neosho 40-0, and then this is an insane game. I don't know if Webb City went for 2 and missed it, or missed an extra point, but they fall to Carthage by a final score tonight of 14-13.
And scrolling on down here to the Ozark Mountain Conference, Parkview leading Hillcrest in the fourth quarter, 38-35. Carl Junction over Bolivar, 27-21. That's a final. Branson continues with their streak at 56-14 over Logan Rogersville.
And that game was actually played last night. Mid-Lakes Conference, Stratford beating Clever 43-7. Reed Spring blanks Buffalo 38-0. Fairgrove over Forsyth 48-13. And Springfield Catholic beats Hollister 30-16.
Moving on to the Southwest Conference, Marionville 22, Ashgrove 20, Sarcoxy 42, Diamond 28, Stockton 54 over Skyline 6. At Pierce City winning tonight over Miller 34-8.
8-man and Independent scores over in Kansas in the third quarter. Pittsburgh has a 28-20 lead over Chanute. Back to Missouri, Rolla beats Central 60-15, and then 8-man football, New Heights beats Jasper 52-16, and Lockwood beats Appleton City 58-34.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll run through your Kansas and Oklahoma scores. Most of Oklahoma played last night right after this.
If you're a weekend warrior who likes to go, 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 don't let pain put the brakes on your pace. When you need help with an injury that keeps you from moving, you want an orthopedic team with a proven track record. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine is nationally recognized and were recently named CareCheck's #1 hospital in the market and top 10% hospital in the state for hip fracture repair. Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, the experience you need to keep pace with life.
And welcome back to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Run to the SEK Conference. Fort Scott over Circle 50-14 in the fourth quarter. Labette County over Independence 28-0. Mulvane defeating Coffeyville tonight 44-28, and Atchison over Parsons 48-0.
In the CNC, Baxter's beating Yodashe 48-44 in the fourth quarter. Prairie View beats Girard 49-14. St. Mary's Colgan beats Erie 41-8. A low-scoring game in Frontenac. Frontenac beats Columbus 7-0, and Fredonia beats Riverton 21-18.
And over in Oklahoma, again, a lot of these scores last night. Kansas over Commerce 56-13. Miami over Grove 31-28. Cassia Hall over Jay 61-14. Pawnee over Quapaw 68-0. Wyandotte edging out Salina 28-27, and Woodland over Afton 68-0, and Hominy over Fairland 49-13. Special thank you to Daniel Moore for keeping those scores up to date on your Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics Sports Medicine. Landon Reiser returning tonight on the camera for us this evening. We're so glad he got back to us, doing a lot of duty over in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Florida with all the hurricanes that moved through there, so we're certainly glad he's back here with us tonight. So for Daniel, Landon, Coach Harbaugh, Ben Wolcott, I'm Seth Wilson saying so long from Don Johnson, Standing McGinn. Your Indians victorious tonight by a final score of, I'm drawing a blank now on the final score,
63-21.
21 here on the KNEO and Seneca Indian Sports Network.
You've been listening to the Final Drive Scoreboard Show on the KNEO Sports Network. The Final Drive Scoreboard Show is sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. See how one of their certified physicians, certified athletic trainers, or a therapist can help you get back in the game. Join us again after the game next week as we will once again bring you all the latest scores right here on the Final Drive Scoreboard Show, sponsored by Freeman Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. This has been a live production of KNEO Sports. This broadcast may not be reproduced or retransmitted without the express written consent of KNEO Sports Network. This has been a sporting outreach of KNEO Sports Network, reaching into communities to make a difference for eternity.